In a world in crisis, can three idiots find hope in the darkest of places? Will love conquer all, or will hate win out in the end? This is a show called Hate.
To a show called Hate, a podcast in which we explore love, hate, and everything in between in such a great meaning and perhaps a little perspective. I'm John.
I'm Nick.
I'm Chris.
Hey!
A threefer. A threefer.
Yes, a thruple.
It's a
thruple.
Tripel.
El Tripel.
El Tripelio.
El Tripel.
Yeah.
My favourite bandit
That's Latin.
of 8th century Mexico.
Hieroglyphics.
Will you please put that down? Put
yes,
that down.
all right. Yes.
Is it a knife? Why has he got a knife?
No, this is a.
Why did you bring a knife into the studio?
That would be good, wouldn't it?
It does look, it looks a little bit like a knife, doesn't it?
It's a corkscrew / bottle
flick
opener
knife.
that we use to open these delicious tiger beers.
You're saying that for legal reasons. I can tell you now. It's a
for
fucking flick knife.
legal reasons.
It's a butterfly knife.
Yeah.
You're really good with it.
Of course, what I meant to say, according to my attorneys,
So do we?
hello.
I forget. You and I were together.
Yeah.
Chris Ray and I were together last episode.
intimately.
You were in
Paris.
Paris.
City of Love.
Yeah.
Spelled with an S.
City of Love.
There's an
John's
S
the
on the
only
end.
consistent aspect of this podcast.
I'm the
and
only-
the fulcrum the entire thing spins around at this point.
I'm the loser. I mean,
Didn't have anywhere to go.
yeah, I just stay at home and talk to Amazon all day. That's all I do.
Oh, we've just spent half an hour talking about that.
I know.
We
Not
shouldn't
for
get
fun,
in.
though.
We shouldn't get into this.
We shouldn't get
I realised,
Go
like,
again.
I went.
Let's
through-
get into it.
We
then
no.
pressed record.
No, I'm not going to get.
I don't want to
no.
listen to it again. Frankly,
No, we can't get into it. Like legally, we can't get into it. But
Not
like
legally, that's a good excuse.
I try to like not. People want to say like, oh, what have you been up to? And I don't want to tell them about like my weird life because
No.
I like
Your life
it's
is
just
really weird.
stupid. Well, yeah, you know,
it's weird.
us creative types. You know,
yeah.
you know, you
We're
wouldn't,
not conventional.
you wouldn't understand, Chris.
Well, you're more of a glorified administrator at this point.
You know, I can't. Yeah, I can't even argue with that. To be honest, yeah.
Today, anyway, not every day.
But I realise now I've got to a point where I am oversharing because people are genuinely asking, "How was your day?" And now I'm telling them.
Oh, yeah.
And I realise that all I can do is rant
I
at them
walked.
about.
I walked in the house an hour and a half ago, and here I am.
When the only anecdote you've got is I've been wrestling with the back end of Amazon because, as it turns out, selling stuff on Amazon isn't as easy as everyone might think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if that's all you've done today, what are you supposed to do when someone goes, "What did you do today?" It's not a great story.
No.
I didn't enjoy the story.
No,
earlier.
I didn't.
No, I
at all.
hated it.
No.
But it's still what you did today. So
Well, it's like when.
It's my fault for asking.
it
really.
was really.
But
Yeah.
but it's like when people get like, you kind of can become addicted to a bad situation.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I want to say that like, I didn't enjoy telling you about it, but I kind of did.
Kinda did.
I kind of did, and it's
Yeah.
like I need to
Do you
stop
feel?
it.
Do you feel lighter now?
I do feel lighter.
Yeah. Having
So that might
told
be
us.
the carbon monoxide in this room.
Yeah.
Got that uncovered 3-bar heater.
I just
in
feel
the corner.
lightheaded.
Yeah.
Also, all that blood loss from the knife he's been flicking.
Oh,
around.
sure, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that.
That would be a hell of an energy to bring into the room. Like,
Well, just pull out a knife.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm running out of things to do to distract you at the start, so I
Yeah.
feel like a knife might do the job.
A knife
actually.
would be
or something like
another
a
level.
firearm.
Something unexpected from the pocket.
Yeah.
Take
I
that
think
however you
That's
want.
the next step. There's not
Whip
a lot in
out
my
a
pocket.
weird item.
What have I got in my pocket?
Probably like a
I've got
snail
my
shell.
phone. Oh, I've got my wireless headphones.
That's not very interesting.
Motorola.
ooh.
There you go. They came free with my phone.
I feel like wireless headphones
that.
are all competing to make the coolest looking box
Yeah.
for the headphones to be in.
Yes.
And like, how can we make our box look weird?
Sleek.
Because you've got the Apple.
No, they're Beats.
Oh, by Dre.
Beats by Dre.
Ah.
Beats by-
Yeah,
that
which
guy.
looks like an egg.
It does.
Does Dr. Dre endorse all the beats?
Every beat.
Every beat goes through Dr. Dre.
Yeah, every singular
approval.
headphone passes through him
Yeah.
on a little conveyor,
For-
sushi conveyor belt.
For approval.
And he picks it up and goes, yes.
Yeah.
And then puts it back down.
Yeah. And then he goes, "What about the box? What box?"
No, he
do they
doesn't get
come
any
in?"
say in
Oh,
the
he doesn't
box.
go. Okay,
No.
fine.
It's late night at the factory. There's one light on in an upper window.
It's just
like,
Dre.
Dre.
It's
Oh.
always Dre. Dre
Oh,
stays there all day.
oh, Dr. Dre, I do wish you'd go home. Your dedication to your fans is staggering. I
can't.
I can't
I simply
leave.
cannot.
Not when the ears of my supporters go unfurnished.
But before I got those ones,
Yeah.
I had ones that came in a little box, and there were like holes in the top of the box
Sure.
that lined up with the headphones inside when it snapped shut.
Yeah.
Like it's unnecessarily fancy.
Yeah.
It's a very strange
I
thing.
do like it. Yeah.
That's a nice box though. Well
It's
done.
a cool little box.
It may have been after the half marathon, but I think for some reason we had
Yeah, my Beats egg.
your Beats egg, and
Back my Beats egg.
I delivered it back to you,
Mm.
and there is something kind of weirdly hypnotic about it. It's got like a little magnetic.
What is
clasp.
It's quite.
Forgive my ignorance.
So it's like your little headphone. It's like a box
right.
for my headphones.
Oh, I see.
But it looks like a white oval egg.
But it has headphones in it.
Yeah. Well, it didn't in John's case because I'd kept the headphones.
Oh,
And
I
he
see.
had the case.
Yeah.
And he was returning the case to me.
Why did you have the case?
I
Because I
think
didn't want to carry it, and I gave it to
because-
Lucy. I think.
Yeah,
Oh, I see.
For the marathon.
and I'm just
That
a
makes
mule.
sense.
Yeah, which is convenient because it was a lot easier to slip up my ass.
It is quite suppository. Like.
Yeah.
It's a very pleasing object.
I know, because I've been a little skeptical about like wireless headphones.
Oh, wireless
and then,
headphones are the future.
And then I picked up this thing and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Does have-
very-
yeah. Well, have a bang on this, John.
oh, well.
You do like a textured box, John.
Oh, it's like a
Nice, eh?
rich like paneling,
Yeah, yeah,
mahogany
yeah.
paneling. I've got to say, it's no Beats
It's
egg.
no
Oh, you
Beats
could.
egg.
It
No.
doesn't slip quite as nicely up. the
I'll show you
sides,
my
eh?
Beats egg. No, that wouldn't. That's got squarer edges. Flipping that up your bum. That would be.
That would. I don't know which way you'd do it actually.
Yeah.
Lengthways or sideways.
Now here's I have to just for visually,
Sure,
you know,
yeah.
audibly for the listener. So the box is the charging unit. Like
Correct,
you
that is correct,
plug a thing
yes.
in that.
That's true for the egg as well.
I mean, it's
Let's have a look at this.
It's
Yeah,
nice.
check
It's,
it
it's
out.
just no Beats egg. I'm
no,
sorry.
I appreciate that.
A Beats egg is
Well, the
like,
amount of work Dre puts in, I wouldn't expect it to.
no.
well, this is it.
I mean, he
Ooh,
hand
I like how the headphones flash there.
hand whittles every.
Oh,
egg.
it's got lights on the. Oh, it's got lights
That's
on
how
the
you
side.
know how it's charged.
I think the Beats egg has one light on
Yeah.
the side of it. So.
Mm.
Anyway,
That's got
I would get wireless headphones. I resisted it for a
I
long time.
resisted it too as well.
Yeah.
I think I'm the same as you. Like I was like, well, you can't beat a wire.
Well, I got one of them. After you buy a phone, you often get an email that says, "Hey,
Hey, dickhead.
how about some of these with your phone?"
And I was like,
and I looked at it, and they were like, "Oh, fill out this survey, you get it for free."
for free.
And I remained skeptical, but I filled out a survey, and they rocked up
Mm.
like a month later. I mean, I'm probably under surveillance now, but,
Oh no, for sure. Yeah.
but you know, my
Yeah,
headphones are good.
What kind of questions did it ask? Like, what's your blood type?
Measurements, that kind of thing.
yeah.
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 Cup size.
What kind of box do you want to be buried in? That kind of thing.
I feel like yours looks very kind of corporate chic.
Thank you.
The Beats egg looks like a kind of cyber Kinder surprise.
Cyber Kinder surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cyber. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
I walked into a supermarket today and there was a
Yeah.
there was
You
a
asked for
sign up
cyber
on the
Kinder
door for a recall, like a
For what?
Kinder surprise.
Oh my god.
Kinder egg.
Why?
What was it? A specific toy,
Must be the toy.
I didn't read the.
or just
Imagine there's just
eggs
one
bag?
bad batch of chocolate,
bad
rather
eggs.
like bad eggs, rather than
yeah.
a toy. It must be the toy.
Or is it like? Is it like?
Surely it's not the chocolate.
It's like a really racist toy.
Oh no! I wouldn't rule it out.
But they can't. Yeah, but it's only like one in 1,000
Yeah.
Kinder eggs is very racist. They don't know.
But how do you find out without destroying
Yeah.
them
This
all?
is the wild thing. You can't just recall the Kinder eggs because
Put them all through an
they
X-ray
don't
machine.
know.
Right?
Yeah, they don't know what's inside those beautiful little tasty eggs.
You'd have to get someone.
You have to buy the egg
Yeah.
to send it back.
Exactly. If you need to get an intern to break open every Kinder egg, eat the lot.
Or
Yeah.
does every Kinder egg have a serial number on it on the packaging? And you can check it against the Kinder egg database.
I feel like someone would have figured that out by now, because so they could guarantee they would get the best.
someone
toy.
would have hacked the Kinder
Yeah,
database.
I would
the
think
Kinder
so.
base, please.
Kinder base. So pitch for new movie.
Kinder base.
Hacking the Kinder base.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, really, like, we're looking at points of failure here. So
Mm.
you're looking at the Kinder Surprise, and it's like, okay, what are these elements that's going to kill the child? Is it the foil? Is it the chocolate? Is it
Yeah.
the air?
Oh,
Or
the air between the chocolate and the egg.
Or is it the egg and the? And
Or
There's
the
a plastic egg, and then there's the toy.
and the toy. Sorry,
yeah,
yeah,
covering,
sorry,
yeah.
And then if you want to get even more granular, the stickers. They always have stickers.
Yeah.
Do they all? Do they?
Well, I don't know if they all do.
Yeah.
A lot of them do.
A lot of them used to. Yeah.
The thing is, I remember as a kid buying. I never really. I think my brother really liked the allure of a Kinder
I
Surprise.
love.
I fucking
love
love.
Kinder Egg, yeah.
There was one particular toy that I obsessively
Oh,
wanted. and
can I
collected.
guess?
Yeah, go on.
The turtles.
Yes, the Terrapins.
Now hang on a minute. Now
Terrapins, that's-
yeah.
someone's going to call us on this. We've literally had a Kinder toy on an episode.
Oh, we have actually.
Yeah, we've done this before.
Yeah. Didn't we all have one?
Maybe.
And we all opened it, or did something like that?
Yeah.
It rings a bell, but I don't remember many things
I think the point is they're mostly disappointing because I don't think
they are now, certainly.
But
the Terrapins were cool.
What
They were one of the only things that came in a Kinder Egg that you didn't have to build.
Yeah.
They were just like a fairly
They were like
solid
a figurine, kind of.
Yeah.
Figurine, but very small.
thing.
But they did a Smurfs run.
They did?
Did
Yeah,
they?
and I think
was that the same deal?
My brother really wanted a Smurf, but I don't think they.
Buy one.
But I don't think they ever discontinue the old products.
Really?
Well, no, because my point because
You can still get the Smurf.
But
That
you're
feels,
still
that
a Terrapin.
feels like it
No,
could
but
be
it-
chaos.
But if they go like, "Hey kids, go buy a Kinder Surprise, you might get a Smurf," but by the very act of creating the Smurfs has
like the-
lowered
it's like
the
the-
likelihood
Yeah.
that you will get a Smurf.
Every new season that is, I'm sure it comes in
Yeah.
seasons, of new toys that they create decreases the probability of finding all the previous seasons of toys.
Yeah, good.
Good.
Well, kind of good.
Getting a teeny Terrapin
depends on you.
now would probably be one of the hardest things to do.
bloody positive I've still got some of those at my mum's house.
If you do,
Yeah.
I want to see them.
Okay.
Because
Next
I have a
time I
very-
go home, I'm going home Sunday.
Okay,
I'll look. It's in the
Do it.
garage, probably.
do it.
yeah.
Because I have a very specific image in my head, and I have a feeling that I've completely misremembered them.
No, I don't think so. They're right.
I remember loving them.
You can probably look them up, but
I had like 3, I think.
yeah, I had one that wore a snorkel.
I think I remember that one. Yeah.
Yeah,
I can almost.
Which is funny,
I'll
because
find
the
them. I'm
Terrapin wouldn't need
bloody
a snorkel.
certain.
I can almost
They're at
picture
my
them.
mum's
I
house.
feel I remember the ags. Like
Yeah,
they
there
may,
are ads, I
may have
think,
been
yeah.
advertised.
Yeah, I'll go. I'll have a look Sunday.
Fuck
Do you
yeah.
remember how old were you when you discovered that Kinder did other chocolate?
I mean, surprisingly old.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah,
say.
yeah. No, probably a few months ago. No.
And it was
Yeah.
kind of like
I would say I was in my 20s.
Oh, for sure.
it just felt, and it was like weird, wasn't it? You just go
Yeah,
like,
they
what?
had,
I
I
think
think
they did-
little bars.
Bueno.
I think they did that
Bueno.
first. Bueno's great.
Yeah.
I think they did just chocolate first, and then eggs were a later thing that they moved into.
They're like, gentlemen, we've got the Kinder down.
We've got it down.
How do we bring the surprise?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine if the surprise before was something else.
That
The amazing value.
Fucking fireworks or something.
No, because it probably as a company, it probably originated in like the 30s.
Yeah.
So it would be
Little
something really
handmade
practical.
wooden.
Yeah.
Like every chocolate bar was like half chocolate and half beef tallow,
Yeah.
and you could like burn it as a rudimentary candle.
and
or
then
something.
like wedged in it was like a compass, so you could find your way home.
Just half chocolate and half a letter that says a donation has been made in your name into a high yield bond.
Yield government bond.
Yeah. Oh wait, yeah, because it's Kinder Swiss. Like
Oh, it sounds
Switzerland.
Well, Kinder as a word is German.
It's a
isn't
German
it?
Yeah.
word
For child.
For child, yeah.
It just means child surprise.
That's not
Oh,
very
no,
good.
no.
So yeah, probably somewhere around there.
Yeah, because I was thinking,
Somewhere in Europe.
Some sort of Europe.
because I was thinking, if it is Swiss, like a famously neutral country that has like hundreds upon thousands of kilometers of tunnels and like plans to like if a country was ever to be invaded,
Kinder
the populace would like they would
get down the Kinder mines.
they would disappear into the tunnels.
That's the real surprise.
Yeah.
But
That's where the Terrapins live.
my point is, it'd be something
They're all
like.
snorkeling down there under Switzerland somewhere.
My point is, if you told me that like every Kinder Surprise foil is lightly magnetized, and if you roll it into a rod and float it on water, it's a
Yeah.
compass or
It
something
points
like
back
that.
to the homeland.
Yeah.
There's a small length of fishing wire which can be used, as a survival mechanism or a rudimentary garrote. You know?
A tourniquet.
Oh god.
Yeah.
We should get Kinder to send us stuff.
We should get sponsored by. I would love to be sponsored.
We're
by
still
Kinder.
not. We've shockingly still not acquired a sponsor for this show.
Hard to believe, isn't
I'm
it?
not
Yeah.
surprised.
I
the
mean, there aren't
thing is
many
hate.
brands left that we haven't slacked off in some way.
If you if they did do a recall on Kinder Surprise and say the
Well, they have, according to you.
well, my point is, what? Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, sure, yeah. But what's worse for them? That the toy is defective or the chocolate is defective?
Well, here's the question.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you a counter question.
Oh.
Who manufactures the toys?
That's a good point because I bet a chocolate manufacturer doesn't make toys.
No.
No.
Unless they do.
Or they've got two different departments at the motherland.
Yeah.
and they're like,
I love the
loggerheads.
idea that there's these two warring departments within this vast corporation.
Those,
Toy
those
department.
those clowns down at Toys fucked it up again.
Us here at Chocolate, we've got it all
Yeah.
sorted. We've been making this for fucking years.
Yeah.
Toys over there, on the other hand, kids are swallowing those little biplanes.
Yeah.
And so a kid at a compass the other day. Now he always knows the way to the motherland.
At the AGM, I only had to report two chocolate-related deaths. They're saying 36 down there.
Look at case study 17. This kid got the lid of a Pritt stick. It's got a toy, Gary.
Surprise, isn't it? Surprise, Gary. You always use surprise as your answer for why your toys are shit. It's a surprise, though, isn't it?
You got a condom full of toenails. It's not a toy, Gary.
Listen, you've got to have the bad things to make the good things look good. Okay? We put a condom full of toenails in there so that when you get the little biplane or the little terrapin,
the terrapin.
it's a highlight of your day. Gotta have
We're
the
still
condom.
talking about the terrapin.
Still talking about it. to
I'm
this
not
day.
talking. I wasn't even thinking about the toenails until just then.
But we've all got the toenails before.
Oh yeah, I think they're at my mum's house as well.
But if you fuck up the toy,
Yeah.
then what you have is perfectly good chocolate with a terrible toy inside. It's kind of ruined both.
Yeah,
if
that's
you
true.
fuck up the chocolate, you've got a good, perfectly good toy inside.
Well, except
Could you reskin it? Is my point.
Oh, I see.
Oh, so which would be worse for the profit margins?
Yeah. But from a business perspective.
Well, I would say. What would I say? I'm going to
think-
give you another question.
He answers with questions. He's born to be a politician.
If you had a Kinder Egg that someone said, John, I'm so sorry, but as your gift, for having me round, thanks so much. I bought you a Kinder Egg, but I happen to know from reports online, and I've looked up the barcode, that it's defective.
You've got.
But I'm not going to tell you how.
But I'm not going to tell you how. So what do you do?
This is like Schrodinger's Kinder Egg.
Yeah.
Because until you open that egg,
Yeah.
you haven't got the defective toy.
No.
The defective toy may or may not exist.
The superpositioned quantum scenario has not collapsed to the point of having a recalled Kinder Surprise toy.
But are you saying it's definitely the toy that's defective?
I'm not saying anything. I'm just telling you it's defective.
Oh, so you don't know which
I
part?
have no idea.
You just know that the serial number equates to a defective egg.
I just come round uninvited, and I'm giving John a present.
So
to
like
thank
every
you for having
fucking
me round.
Thursday then?
Yeah. I'm giving John a gift.
Yeah, kind of.
It's just a defective gift. It's not my fault.
Defective gift.
I guess.
I just know it's defective.
Yeah, but nobody like.
John has to tell me how.
Yeah, but nobody.
That's the game.
No
You want
human
to play or not?
No human being has ever taken a Kinder Surprise, unwrapped it, and goes, yummy, and put the whole thing in their mouth.
I beg to differ.
Slowly dissolve the chocolate and then spat out.
I will guarantee right now.
Oh, yeah, any
someone
money.
has definitely done that.
Any money says someone's done that.
Surely, what they do is they break it open, get the toy, then eat the chocolate.
I think
I was probably somewhere in the middle of that.
I think I would usually eat the chocolate first,
I would eat
Yeah.
around the
and then as I'm eating the second half,
capsule, because there was a little capsule.
you'd
in
eat
there.
around
Yeah.
the capsule, would you? You
Yeah.
wouldn't break the
I
chocolate.
wouldn't break
off.
the chocolate. I would bite around it.
Oh, interesting.
I feel like that's how I did it.
Okay.
So I'm sort of halfway.
Well,
in between the two.
I feel like Nick's eating it like a normal
I
person.
would. There's a seam
I
on
would-
the chocolate.
there
I would
was,
sort of squeeze on there, and it pops into two halves.
I would
Very
probably
easily.
hold the bottom of the egg,
Right.
the arse of the egg, if you like.
Sure.
Sure, we'll
Yeah.
call it that.
Let's call it the arse.
And I
of
would
the egg.
then like bite the top off, and I'd eat around the capsule. I'm
Surely-
sure that's how I used to
Surely
eat
that's
them.
that's a losing game though, because it's like after a while it's more capsule than man. You know, you've
What
got
are you holding
nothing.
on to?
Yeah.
When does the egg become a capsule?
At some
Yeah.
point, you tip the capsule out, leaving just half an egg in your hand.
I can only assume so.
I can-
It is.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's a real ship of Theseus, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I remember my sort of process with a Kinder Surprise as a kid would be, I can't wait to see what this toy is. Let's get this chocolate. Nom, 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 nom. Eat the chocolate. Open the toy. Toy is shit. Still got the taste of this good chocolate in my mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
It
at least
is-
I've got that. And that would
Yeah.
literally be how most of the experiences would end with, well, at least the chocolate was good.
It's worth stating that it is quite nice chocolate.
It's very good chocolate.
feel.
It's white chocolate, isn't it?
It's white and milk.
Yeah.
So it's an outer layer of milk with an inner layer of
Oh,
white.
shit.
Which is, I think, what makes it so fucking special.
I need to. Well, not now because they're recalling them. But like,
Yeah, I don't, now's probably not the time. Now's not the time.
Now isn't the time. No, what with Brexit and everything.
Yeah.
Cost of a Kinder Egg is like £7 now.
out of respect for the Queen, I'm not going to eat one at the moment.
what's a more nationalistically proud alternative? Like a I don't know, like a Burnley shock or something
But
like
yeah,
that.
Yeah, like an Eccles cake.
yeah.
What's the surprise? Sultanas, I guess.
Eccles cakes are for. There's a place in Derby called Eccles, Derbyshire called Eccles.
I'm guessing that's where Eccles
that's where
cakes are
Eccles
from.
cakes from.
Yeah.
Interesting, isn't it?
Well, no,
I-
not really. I think we all knew that.
I mean,
I didn't know that.
but I assumed
I
that.
went to Derby recently, and I was told that.
Did you get an Eccles cake while you were there?
No, I don't like them.
Oh, really?
Not really.
Fucking
No.
love an Eccles cake.
No.
Butter on top. Oh,
No,
isn't a butter it?
I don't really like raisins or sultanas.
I
particularly.
love Lucy can't stand it, which means whenever a raisin-themed product enters the house, it's just more
That's
for
yours,
me.
yeah.
It's all for John.
I had a
Pano raisin.
I had a pano raisin today.
Pano raisin.
I had a pain au raisin in France, in
Did
Paris,
you?
Yeah.
and I was
that
like,
was nice.
I wonder if it's slightly better.
Yeah.
And it was.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
Yeah. So they don't export them.
So much butter.
Pure shit from source, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't it, mate?
Yeah.
That's why they call it raisin pain.
It's worth the raisin pain though.
An Eccles cake is just like a bready bun with
It's a thin pastry
It's a swirl,
case.
isn't it?
No, it's not a swirl.
Oh,
no.
what am I thinking of?
It's like a puck. It's like
Yeah.
a hockey puck. Quite a thin,
Oh.
buttery pastry outer, just packed full of sultanas. Just sultanas to the
Yeah,
brim.
I think that's the problem.
So good. So good.
I like a pan, like an apricot.
a pano
Oh,
apricot.
fucking hate apricot.
That's not a thing, is
Keeps
it?
you regular,
Yeah,
though.
interesting.
No,
I
don't like
would
the
rather
taste.
eat a pano apricot. than
Really?
a-
Then raisin?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
raisins make me very happy. Like,
Yeah.
Ali had a pano apricot while we were in Paris. And
Is
I
that what
had
it's
a pano
called? A
raisin.
pano apricot?
well, it's still a pan, isn't it?
Yeah,
still a pan.
apricot pain.
Yeah,
Yeah,
apricot
that's
pain.
why they call it that.
Yeah.
We talked about it in a previous episode, but when I was on a family holiday recently and we went
yes.
to Roy's,
Oh yeah.
Roy's!
the big branded supermarket,
What a place. Sounds amazing.
we stopped into the Roy's cafe, and you've never seen a beige selection of cakes in your life.
Good old Roy.
Yeah,
You're just begging for a raisin at
He's
this
got,
point.
he's got
Yeah.
the city on lockdown, right?
I like a beige. I like beige Hobbit food.
Oh, of
Don't
course.
get me wrong. I like
Yeah.
a bready rustic thing. But
Again, France.
even I was like, that's
That's too much.
yeah,
Roy.
that's like some buttered white bread shit going on
Roy.
there.
Yeah.
Wind it in.
Yeah,
God love him.
who's got a hate?
I've got hate.
Oh,
Nick's
my
got hate.
heavens above.
Well, it's my big return to the show.
yes.
I'm glad to have all my buddies back in a room.
Oh, we're all here.
Let's
We're all
ruin
here.
that warm feeling.
Yes,
By
immediately.
getting antagonistic
Yes,
with this
please.
hate. My hate is I hate it when people judge me for how much sugar I put in my tea and coffee. Right?
Right.
It's because you're a monster.
Yeah.
Well,
I know
you're doing it now.
I know the answer to this because I've made you a tea previously.
Have you?
We've come around the house.
Oh, well, yeah, in the
Yeah.
past, yeah.
Not-
and then
not today.
And you've said, hey, Nick, do you want any sugar in
You're
there?
the only person I know who makes this particular order.
Okay, go on.
Well, it's just
Go
like
on.
it's at least 2, isn't it?
It's 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
I mean,
I think it's the top end.
it was 3 for a long
Yeah,
time.
I feel like
It was 3.
Yeah.
I'll admit that it was 3. Okay.
That's.
And
I think
those-
at what point does that like become tea or sugar?
Well, no. Okay.
It's more than half.
Counter-argument.
depending on the size of the cup.
Powerful counter-argument. When you add 3 sugars to a standard mug of tea, it becomes a kind of syrup.
Sure.
Which is a very different beverage experience,
Yeah.
but it's very delicious.
I don't know why we're giving him such a hard time. All he wants is a stick of butter rolled in Wheatos, dunked in his tea. It's
Listen.
not too much to ask for.
Listen, the reason you shouldn't be giving me a hard time, right, is because I went down from 3. I'm not
Oh,
a monster.
oh,
I'm not
right,
a
yeah.
monster
No,
because
it's
a monster, I accept a monster has 3 sugars in their tea. 2, I think, is the top limit for what's a standard amount of. If you're going to have sugar, it's the top end,
Sure.
but it's accept. I think it's
You,
acceptable.
you like it a bit milky as well, don't you?
Yeah, milkier than Builders, which I would say
Yes.
is middle line.
So what you really like is a milky, sugary drink,
Keep going.
which might have a bit of brown in it.
Chocolate milkshake.
Brown can come from anywhere,
It sounds like ice cream is what you really want.
but that's cold. I want it hot.
A hot
I want
ice cream.
hot chocolate ice cream, please.
Yeah.
I want
What's
a
a
mug
hot-
of hot chocolate
hot,
ice cream.
inverted commas. Hot chocolate.
Now,
So-
this doesn't exist,
You've
but
just invented
imagine
a
a
drink,
cup of,
yeah.
of hot, warmed through chocolate.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
The thing is,
No, I don't really like hot chocolate. That's the irony of it.
Warm milk
Yeah,
with
well,
a couple of sugars.
Chuck a couple of sugars in a hot chocolate. Now you're speaking my
I mean,
language.
sweet Jesus. You're up all night with that.
okay. Now, what I really want to do is mock you for this, or rather, let's have a proper frank discussion.
Let's have
about
a
it.
frank discussion.
I just want to check with you right now.
Yeah.
Are we actually being horrible monsters right now because of your many, your,
I see.
your
My
gut situation?
my butt problems.
Could it be claimed that? Could it be
When
claimed?
has sugar ever helped butt problems?
Yeah, where are you going with this?
Please, we prefer the medical terminology, ass issues.
Yeah.
you know.
Ass shoes.
Ass shoes. Could it be an element of I need this sweet sugary nectar to
I need it.
because I just need what nutrients I can get.
But what are you trying to bung yourself up or make yourself loose? What are we talking here?
I no longer have any control over what happens now.
Fine.
So no matter what I do,
Don't matter.
no matter what I do at the top end,
Yeah.
has very little effect now of
Sure.
the status of the bottom end, which
Sure.
actually is kind of liberating.
Yeah,
in many ways.
yeah. In a way, you're free.
Kind of, yeah. I don't think I could bind myself up if I wanted to.
No.
Yeah.
I would love to be able to say to you right now, across this table with a straight face, that this helps or is required by my condition. But the truth is, I just like the
Just like
taste
the sugary tea.
of sugary
Sure.
tea
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
And I think, and I deserve the right to be able to have
Oh,
that
sure.
without judgment.
You deserve the right to drink it. The judgment thing, I'm not so sure.
I asked for a latte when I was in France.
Oh, yeah.
on
Yes.
holiday, and
What's latte in French?
I believe it is a latte.
Oh, very good.
No, I think they call it café au lait over there, which is kind of the same thing.
Fucking arseholes.
They may have invented it, but
Yeah.
anyway. And I speak very little French. I was stumbling through a conversation and this order with this lovely lady, very lovely French lady.
Oh, yeah.
And then she got to the point, and I said, Sucre, s'il vous plaît. I
Oh,
knew
yeah.
that much.
What's
right?
that? What does that mean?
And then she was like, probably something like combien or something. I don't know what she said.
Yeah.
Something about like how many.
How many?
And I said,
how many sugars?
deux, s'il vous plaît.
Nice.
And she just went, ooh. And then said something.
Really played up the stereotype.
Yeah, massively. But like something along the lines of that made me feel like that she said, and I don't know whether she said this, but it sounded and felt like, what a naughty boy.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like she said. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm not a naughty boy.
Yeah.
I just want 2 sugars in my fucking latte.
She's like, oh, un homme de sucre.
Sugar boy. And then I was known as Homme de Sucre across all of Paris.
Yeah. Here he comes.
Here he comes. It's Homme de Sucre.
Replenish the lumps. On the
Oh man, it really stuck. Oh. Oh man,
Christ.
I needed that. I guess we know the title now.
Oh, sweet homme de sucre.
I'm a sweet Homme de Sucre.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so even in France, the language
in
barrier.
France.
I was a little English Homme de Sucre there, just trying to get through my day, struggling with the language barrier, and even then she made a point of judging me. Even then, unbelievable.
Oh, that's classic.
Oh my god! I'd love it if she did actually say that. I never knew at the time, but she called me an Homme de
Yeah,
Sucre.
she must have.
But the thing is,
She
like,
went out the back. We've got another one.
Another one.
Oh,
Another
Homme de
English
Sucre is
Homme de
out there.
Sucre.
oh, this is le roast beef. J'adore le sucre. Oh oui.
Où est le sucre?
Beaucoup de lampe.
Le homme d'Angleterre. Il mange de sucre.
Trop sucre.
Grande sucre.
Yeah. Bring out the big sugar. He's here.
Où est le sucre?
Où est le sucre?
No, I don't think you're being judged there.
No, we're not judging
Well,
you
what was
at
it
all.
then? Was it like
No.
was it like a friendly I'll just give him a little jab because he's having some.
She probably thought you were like saucy.
Because it's like, here's my point, right? I could have said 8. I could have said huit sucre s'il vous plaît.
I mean, I don't think anyone's ever said that.
No.
Those are like the trigger words for
But
like
surely
super
that's...
agents.
If I did that, I think someone would like gasp. Like,
Yeah.
like, holy
They,
fuck, you're gonna put...
they dial the first 2 9s, I think. if you
I
ordered.
think 2, despite the fact that it might be the top end.
What's the third one?
Despite the fact it might be the top end of the normal amount of sugar, it's not 9 sugars. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
Like it's not
It's going up.
It's not 34 sugars. It's not 61 sugars.
No.
Like
Is a sachet of sugar, is that a universal measurement though?
so I looked this up.
Is it lumps
because
in
I
France
thought
or
this might come up,
sachets?
right? And
no.
I've got a defence ready.
Oh,
right?
sure,
Here's
yeah.
my defence, Your Honour. A sachet of sugar is 2 grams.
Okay.
So typically, on average, right? A teaspoon of sugar is 4 grams.
Okay.
So the
you-
average
okay.
sachet is half a teaspoon.
Okay.
And I put 2 teaspoons in my tea.
So that's
Yes.
4 sugars.
So technically it should be, but I never had the fucking courage to say 4 sugars
Technically
because
that's
that makes
4.
me sound like a monster because everyone assumes
But when-
that if 1 fucking sachet is 1 fucking teaspoon.
But when I've been in a public setting with you and we've done like a coffee run.
Yeah, if we can grab our own sugars.
What if I'm grabbing sugar on your behalf? I know to just put my hand.
Yeah,
see, this is why I love you.
Because I just bring
Because you just come over with like a
fistful of sugars.
kilogram of sugar, and I'll have some of that.
Yeah,
An
yeah.
indeterminate amount.
Yeah,
of
it doesn't.
that.
I don't, just whatever sticks. That's it. That's the right amount.
But the thing is, although John may glance periodically as I put the sachets of sugar,
Roll his eyes.
he
yeah.
doesn't call me an homme de sucre to my
Oh,
face.
well,
at
now,
that point.
I mean, get used to it,
I
son.
mean, every time you do it now, it's going to be oh.
Yeah, I realise that by bringing it
Oh,
up
just-
on a podcast, I've probably just made it worse for
Yeah.
myself. But oh well.
I just didn't know I knew that much French.
Yeah,
Like, it's all
it's
coming
quite
up.
impressive,
Yeah, it's all
actually.
I think we
coming
did a
up.
solid minute of the
I know,
podcast
I
there
know.
in French.
Où est le sucre?
Yeah.
From a French perspective, I'm trying to work out where this particular burn came from. Is it because because they're a nation which kind of pioneered like very sweet pastries and cakes and
putting butter and
bonbons?
everything.
Yeah. So is the issue that like they like their coffee black and they're like
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it's actually probably a crime, a
have that much
borderline
sugar,
crime,
do you
to
think?
ruin the taste of a bitter café
yeah.
avec beaucoup de sucre.
Yeah.
Wow, that's good.
Oh, that was
French,
good,
wasn't it?
wasn't it? Yeah. I think I committed a borderline food crime.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially
that's
like a
the-
nice place that probably does like grinds their own beans.
It was a
and
really
shit.
nice place, actually. But it's
Yeah.
like, that's the hypocrisy, is it not? Because, like you say, they have this rich, buttery, sugary, pan au raisin, world. And then I say, I'll just put a couple of sugars in my coffee, and they're like,
Yeah.
and I think that's what made the insult
Yeah,
even greater. Because I
probably.
think if it was an English person, which happens in
It's-
England, by the way.
Yeah, yeah.
When someone goes, how many sugars? I go 2. They go, oh, it's quite a lot.
Yeah. It is
I'm like,
quite
fuck
a lot.
off.
I mean, it's one thing to do it at home. It's one thing to do it at home, like a PG tips. Like
it?
to go. Oh, it's one thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
To go to France.
So this is
You
the
go to
thing.
France.
You go to France, and then the land of sweet treats.
And they've
And they judge
lovingly
me.
prepared a cafe au lait. Fucking pricks. For you.
Yeah, and I go, chuck
Oh,
some sucre in that.
I'll just chuck some poison in that, please. Chuck some fucking poison in it. Come on.
Get more sucre out.
Can't
Come
make
on.
it worse than the shit you've just made.
And then almost like it was an additional little insult. She because she kind of I think was slightly entertained by these 2 British people in our cafe. She was like, oh, as we were leaving, she was like, tapped my arm. She was like, oh, and said something along the lines of before you go. And then she handed me this tiny cake.
She just threw a load of sugar lumps at you.
But it's like a cake the size of a marble. It was like
Oh.
a tiny little sponge, like the
Right.
size of like probably a centimetre across, like a little
yeah.
sphere. She's like, there you go, like a little treat to go with
Lovely,
your coffee.
yeah.
Like, that's a cake.
Yeah.
You can't make a cake without fucking sugar. You're blasting me for the sugar in my coffee, and then you added, and she probably added the cake on because she's like, this is a little
This
sugar
guy
bomb.
likes sugar, yeah.
Little sugar bomb.
On the sugar, yeah.
Here's a little extra bit of sugar for you. Here's a little
Yeah.
cake. I don't know whether I was supposed
She
to put that
knew
cake.
you'd want it, yeah.
I don't suppose. I thought maybe that was supposed to go in my coffee like an ice cube or something. I just ate it.
I'd love to see your reaction if Nick chucks a cake.
chucks a tiny cake in
The
my
guy
coffee.
who wanted 2 sugars with his coffee chucks a cake in for good measure. Imagine them looking out from the window, just like, he's gone and chucked his cake in.
This is a food crime.
He's put 2 sugars in that. No, he's gone and chucked his cake in now.
Le gâteau est sur la table. Le gâteau est sur la table.
You don't call nerf for that. You call wheat. Yeah. It's for food crime division.
God.
Oh my god.
Oh, fucking hell.
Christ.
Tiny little cake though. Like what a piss take.
Yeah.
It's
How
often
was it?
It's really good.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
amazing
Could
tiny
have
cake.
been sweeter.
Could have been a bit sweeter.
Concentrated sugar.
Could have frosted it. Could have put a bit of icing on
Could
it.
have put a bit of icing on that, yeah.
Madame, Le sucre.
Le sucre pour le cake petit.
Où est le canderelle?
Le gâteau petit. Où est le canderelle pour le gâteau petit?
S'il vous plaît.
S'il vous plaît, madame. Garçon.
Oh fuck.
It's a great little cake though.
It's always framed as like this war between like sweet versus savoury. You know, and people say like, "Oh, I'm not really a sweet person. I like my savoury treats."
I think that's probably true for me.
Yeah.
Like I think I'm more savoury oriented.
Sure.
As we've discussed before on this podcast,
Yeah.
I believe. Don't need to go into that.
We're on a different level, isn't it?
Something's, yeah.
But like my one sweet tooth place is in my hot beverages. Like let me put my sugar in there without comment, please.
Yeah.
S'il vous plaît.
I've never had sugar. Well, I must have at some point. But I've only been drinking tea professionally.
Oh right,
For
in
like,
anger.
Yeah, for like 2.5 years.
Really?
I never
You've
drank
never
tea.
had sugar in that.
No. I maybe had the odd cup of tea at work previous to
be-
lockdown.
Just to be polite.
Yeah, sure. And I'd say, oh, I'm not sure, so I'll have a sugar in it.
Oh, okay.
But then now that I drink, I don't have sugar at all. I like the taste of tea.
The thing
as
is,
it happens now.
I quite like the taste of tea without
Yeah.
sugar, but I feel like it's two different drinks. There's
Okay.
like savoury based tea,
Yeah,
there's-
diet tea.
and then there's sweet tea,
And then
which is
there's
when you put sugar in it,
full
it becomes
fat.
sweet tea, and it's almost like a completely different tea.
Yeah.
And if I had to choose between those two teas, guess which one I choose?
Now, how many cups?
sugar.
How many cups of tea do you reckon you get through in a day?
5.
5.
Probably
that's-
2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, 1 in the evening. I'd
That's
say. probably.
20 sachets of sugar.
Now hold on.
Well, let's go by spoons.
It's 10 teaspoons.
10 tea, okay.
And how many grams is a teaspoon?
A teaspoon is 4 grams. I
4
believe.
grams.
It's 40 grams of
grams.
sugar.
40 grams of sugar.
What else has got 40 grams of
So
sugar?
I looked
in
this
it?
up as well because I knew this would come up.
Yeah. I fucking knew you'd ask this.
So the average chocolate bar
That's 40.
has 40 grams of sugar.
Right.
Oh, okay, so it's just a chocolate
What are we
bar
talking, like a Mars bar?
Yeah, and
That's a
chocolate
lot
bar-
of sugar in a Mars bar, isn't it?
why-
Well, I
That's
think
so
a Mars
good,
bar actually
yeah.
has more than 40 grams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the average chocolate bar.
Yeah.
But here's the big fucking like here's my final case closed moment.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Here's the bit where I
don't
stand
know,
up
I don't know.
and walk out of the fucking.
I'm not sure it's going to close out.
Get ready, no, get ready. Chocolate bars also have fat in them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bam! Case closed,
Yeah.
bitches.
It's a
thing
wonder
is-
you can pack all the
Yeah,
chocolate in.
but
isn't it?
okay. But this is the classic thing. It's like humans love sugar.
Sure.
We also love fat.
We rarely get the two together.
Yeah, it doesn't really occur in nature very
No.
often. You don't see a very sugary, fatty cow walking around. and
Fuck
go-
me though if
Yeah.
I did.
So
An
apparently,
iced cow.
yeah. I remember watching something years ago, early days of the internet. It was like an eating challenge. They were just eating crap, and one of the challenges was how much butter can you eat.
Yeah.
So these guys were eating
Just
butter.
on its own?
Yeah, they were eating
Salted
butter.
butter?
And no, just regular butter.
Oh, regular.
And they
I'm
were
not
like,
sure I could eat
and they were
it.
like, this is horrendous.
Yeah, I
but I
bet.
can't do this. And then to make it more palatable, they got some sugar out
Oh, yeah.
and they dipped it in sugar.
That was like a bar of butter.
Yeah.
I feel like you've told me
Bit
this before,
into
actually.
it, and instantly they were like, hot damn.
Yeah.
Suddenly it's become the greatest thing in the world.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like
and that's their body just going, I want all
it
of
was just
this.
instantaneous. Yeah,
Because I've heard that the basis is that as humans, it so irregularly occurs in the wild
yeah,
that we are programmed to consume it in vast quantities when we find it because it's assumed we'll be finding such a small amount of it
it's so great. Yeah.
that we'll be storing it for the future. But the truth is now we can get access to like ice cream or chocolate which combines sugar and fat together,
Yeah.
and so we consume it in vast
Yeah.
quantities and we get fat.
And here's the thing, like I want to give you like I want to throw you a bit of a lifeline here because I feel we've been bullying you a bit.
Sure.
And I'm that guy who's like don't have much of a sweet tooth, and I'm like,
sure.
and I certainly don't like sugar in my drinks.
Certainly not.
And when you're putting, but tying back into a previous episode, if there was a bag of wine gums in front of me right
Oh,
now,
yes.
I'd be like, don't like, I'm not a sugary guy. I would literally, in the time it took you to put 3 spoonfuls of sugar in your tea, I would have eaten an entire bag of wine gums. I like, no exaggeration.
I would.
Like,
I would. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the thing. I think we all have a bit of a sugary. We have maybe not sweet tooth, but we have a sugary vice in one form or another.
We've all got something.
We've all got something.
Yeah.
And mine is sugar in my tea.
I think what's indecent about it is how it's like, because it's just pure sugar.
I think that's the problem.
Yeah.
I think you're absolutely right. Because a wine gum, that's a tasty, fruity, flavoured treat. Or a chocolate bar, that's a chocolate bar. It's a treat. I'll just have one, a week. Or whatever.
One of my 5 a day.
Exactly. But sugar, it's just raw fucking sugar tipped into a drink.
Yeah.
And it looks obscene.
Yeah.
And I can understand that
Yeah.
to a point.
I don't know.
That's been so entertaining. I can't begin to describe.
I'm glad
God,
could
I needed
facilitate.
that. This is what happens when we're all in a room
Well,
together.
it's
Yeah,
the magic.
Energy.
It's the
yeah.
magic hour.
Energy.
I've got hate.
Go on, then.
fuck
Do you
it.
want to go?
No, you go.
Right. Arm rest chicken.
What?
So,
Armrest
you know when
chicken.
you're like somewhere public and like you sit down next to a stranger and you're thinking, fucking hell, I don't want to sit next to this stranger for like 3 hours watching a show or on a bus or on
Or
a
a
plane.
movie.
And they've got both their arms on one rest. You can't have both.
You can't have
You
both.
can't
That's so
have both.
fucking true.
You've got to make a choice now.
Yeah.
Which one are you going to take? And I obviously want both.
Of course.
So I'm going to try
we all
and
want
force them
both.
off. And I'm at an age now where
But
I'm
also
like,
the rules are you can't touch them.
no, you can't touch them, but you've got to ease them off.
You've got
in a
to
way that makes it feel like it's their decision.
psychic pressure them off of it.
But they're probably also thinking the same.
Exactly. It's a
know.
game.
So what do you do? And I'm at an age now where I think I'm not going to stand for this. I'm not going to stand. I'm not going to stand for some jumped up little twerp.
I've got a
Being,
mortgage.
if I don't stand up for myself now,
got a dog.
I never will.
Sure,
No,
yeah.
On this small battlefield,
Yeah.
if I don't fight and win
If I don't at least try,
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is the hill I die on.
then
yeah.
what is this all about?
I can't look at myself in the mirror.
Exactly. So who blinks first? Usually the other person.
Do you have a tactic / strategy to unseat an arm from an armrest?
I get in behind them. If I'm
Get in
honest.
behind.
So if they've got for example, I was on a bus a couple of weeks ago. I was going to an airport.
Right.
So I had quite a lot of armrest chicken throughout this journey because I was on multiple vehicles.
Yeah.
And the chap was sitting next to me and he'd been there 20 minutes. or something.
Absolutely.
He got on at the previous stop. I'm like,
Fucking
well, I'm
hell.
here now.
He's planted his
I don't
I'm
care.
here now.
I don't
He's
care.
not ready for Chris Ray.
I don't care how long you've been here. I'm getting my piece of meat.
And he's like,
I'm getting my pound of flesh.
and he's sitting there happy. He goes like, now I'm a pretty belligerent asshole.
Yeah.
So like,
That's exactly. That's exactly
no
what
one's
he's
going to
thinking.
take this from me.
Yeah, I am exuding an aura right now of absolute asshole.
So
The door gets kicked in.
yeah.
There's a silhouette.
If there's an element of both.
There's a bigger asshole on the bus.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm here to stay.
And I'm here to sit next to you, dickhead.
Yeah, and I've sat down. I'm like, okay. So on a bus, obviously, you can choose to have an armrest down or up.
Indeed.
He put it down, so it's fair game.
The arena
Not my
has
choice.
Been,
Not my choice.
the
He's put it
arena has
down.
been set.
But he's got his hand on. He's got his one on the one by the window, and he's got one in the middle. So
Fucking
I'm like, I'm
rich.
not leaning out into the aisle
Rich with
like a
armrest.
twat.
Privilege.
What are you
Privileged
doing that
position.
for? So I'm like, right, I'm gonna just shove my elbow in
jam.
behind where he is, and I'm just gonna shuffle in there.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna sit down.
And you've got neat little elbows.
Thank you.
That's all right.
That's very nice of you. I'm not going to look at him. I'm not going to acknowledge him. I'm not going to
Oh,
acknowledge
God,
that
no.
this is
Yeah.
happening. But he
Don't
he knows it's
humanise
happening.
him.
I know it's happening, and everyone's aware.
He's an
but it's
opponent now.
it's an unspoken little thing, a little dance we have to do. So I shove my elbow in. Right, and I'm just sort of just like. Just stretching back, just going. Oh, that's a bit better.
Oh, what a treat.
Oh, I've settled onto the coach now, and eventually, he obviously has to sort of shuffle along.
Oh, you got it.
And his arm gradually moves slightly further down the arm, and in that, once he's got over halfway, I've won.
Yeah.
It's over.
You know.
It's over.
The territory is yours.
And I've gathered that ground from him, like they did in biblical times.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what the story of the walls of Jericho is about.
But that you do get the odd person who just won't budge.
And this is your hate.
And this is my hate is
The need to do it.
is more so the dance, because I could just say to him, "Oh, excuse me, would you mind if I claimed what's rightfully mine?"
Except for the fact that is it rightfully yours? Because you want to. now.
I'd say so. Yeah,
There's
but,
only 3 on offer.
yeah, but I
and
have to
there's
hang
2
out
of
with
you.
myself more often, and if it would make me happier.
That's unbearable.
Yeah, it would make me happier temporarily if I had both armrests.
What is the logic?
Why should he have both armrests?
Well, here's my point. Why is it that there is a shared armrest? Why don't they put 2 in the middle?
Here's the thing.
But how close together would they be?
I travelled, not in first class, but sort of accidental between first and economy class when I booked a flight to go to America. Yeah.
This guy.
I didn't know. I think it was because it was the only seats left on the plane. And
Hombre Sucre is in town.
I when we got onto the plane, I was like, oh, this is kind of fancy. And one of the fanciest things about it was 2 armrests between 2 chairs side by side. And I realised that I think it's a manufactured way to make us feel like to make us want to upgrade.
Yeah.
Right? Because it'd be super easy to add in 2 armrests, right? It'd be super easy.
Yeah.
Like, it wouldn't really cost that much more.
No.
And it wouldn't take up that much more space.
No.
But if they reserve 2 armrests for higher classes,
Yeah.
then you might go, I don't want to have to do fucking armrest chicken. I don't want to have to play this game. I don't have to dance this dance. I'll just upgrade, spend an extra grand on my seat, and I get my own armrests.
Yeah.
And sure enough, and I fucking loved it. Like, having my own 2 armrests, even though I was next to Ali, and I probably wouldn't have, like, fought her for an armrest, I was still like, fuck, I've got my own.
This is
now.
great.
This is fucking great. It was
You've
like,
got your own space. You don't have to fight for your own space.
that's what it's like to be rich, I think, is having your own armrest.
Yeah.
But nobody wins with the shared armrest.
No.
Like there's
but
no
It's a stupid idea.
Everyone should either lean one way or the other. But you've got to have an agreement in writing, or at least talk about.
Well, that works in a long.
Contract.
That works in a super long row.
Well,
But
all right,
you've always
all right.
got.
I'll give you another example. I was on
Yeah.
a plane, same journey,
Okay.
same trip, and I had the guy to my right because I was in the middle of a 3-seater. Pain in the arse.
Yeah,
bloody,
that sucks.
Bloody EasyJet. And he had his arm on the outside and his arm on my one in the middle. And there was
Okay.
a lady next to me who was doing the same. So at one point, I've got my elbows going inwards.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking stand for it. I'm not gonna fucking stand for this. So I started ushering him out the way.
So you played a dance on one side, but not on the other.
You
Yeah.
can't do them both at the same time.
They're definitely
You
not.
must-
No
is-
human brain can handle
Yeah,
that.
Is there any
you've got to divide
space
your brain up.
in your head for like coexistence? Like, could
No.
you
No.
share an armrest?
No,
This is what I want to know.
no. What that armrest is mine.
Okay.
What about what about with me?
But I feel like we'd be.
We
like,
could talk about it.
we could talk about it. I'd say,
Like-
sorry, Nick. Would you mind just
Do you want to have the
getting the
armrest
fuck
for
out of my way?
Oh, I
kind
see.
of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
You talk about it, then you'd realise that actually Chris Ray was right, and
Yeah. I'd have moved seats already. By the
Yeah,
time you started.
no, I'm not swapping. No,
I'm going to sit at the other end of the plane.
And I'd win.
You would win,
I
of
would,
course.
in the most minor way possible, but I would win.
If the three of us had a three seat like row
Yeah.
on a plane,
We'd have to
Who's
agree
in the
which way
middle?
to lean.
who's in the middle? Who's got the aisle and who's got the window?
Well, I usually end up in the middle
Oh.
in the car journey. Say you've got a full car, because I'm quite small, relatively, as a man. I would usually offer to go in the middle because people are taller than me.
Here's the thing,
and
though.
that's fine. But there are no armrests in that situation.
I can help you both out straight away. I'll go in the middle.
You go in the
Because
middle.
when you're playing on a Game Boy, you don't need an armrest.
That's good, isn't it?
That's good, isn't it? Except actually, it's quite comfy when
But
I
you
do
might-
have
yeah,
to
you
think
might
about
wanna
it.
lean
Yeah,
like
that's quite good.
But
actually.
you see, but okay, but here's where the dance begins because
Oh.
It really is a dance.
my inherent guilt for all aspects of my life would prevent me from letting you do that because I'd be like, Nick doesn't really want the middle. He's suffering,
He's doing that for me,
and
for
nobody
Chris.
can feel more guilty than John. So I'd be like, no, Nick, you don't have to do that. You're just being polite.
And then I'd reply with, no, it's really fine because with my Game Boy,
Yeah.
you see my elbows rest naturally by my sides, and I honestly, John, I
Yeah.
don't want.
By
And
this
I'd be
point,
like,
I'm asleep across all
touche.
3 chairs.
yeah, yeah,
Like,
Chris is lying
okay,
across
yeah.
our laps.
The car is gone.
But if you had a choice,
Yeah.
window,
Oh, if I had a
aisle, or
choice.
middle. Yeah, no, because
Window, aisle, or middle.
yeah,
If you could,
Well, I'll tell you.
I'll tell you what.
And we're talking just about the back seat here, presumably.
we're talking about a plane.
A plane.
Oh, all right. Well, it's the same answer. Left.
So window.
I would prefer to go nearest the window, but not necessarily because it's next to the window.
What do you mean left?
Left.
You pillock. They're not always on the left.
Window. You could be on the other side of the plane.
Yeah.
Oh, well, still left.
Oh, so you want to be on the left-hand side
Yeah,
of the
because
three.
I used to sit on the left side in the back seat of the car when I was young.
So no
that's- I
matter
feel
where those
comfortable.
3 seats are, you
Yeah.
want to be on the left seat.
Sure.
You don't mind.
Interesting.
Oh my god, that's
That's
the worst
interesting.
possible answer.
Why?
Because
Because context.
I just want my fucking armrest,
yeah,
all right?
but look at the weird poker hand we're playing. I can't express any desire for a chair because of my fucked up brain.
Paralyzing anxiety.
Yeah. Nick just wants to play Game Boy.
I want to play Game Boy / be the victim.
Yeah, well, you can.
And you're in a quantum fucking state.
Superposition.
You're
chair
both window and aisle.
No, but you can sit either by the window or the aisle, depending on where we are.
We, us three, are what British Airways refer to as the impossible trio, right? And they know they can't seat us anywhere.
Right, if we're on one side of the plane, I'm by the window. You're
Are
by,
you, though?
No, I know.
We are the lament configuration.
No, but then we're asked to move to the other side of the plane. We just shuffle out and walk sideways. and then you go by the window.
But the other side of the plane,
I'm on the left.
the other side of the plane only has 2 seats.
No.
It does in this hypothetical scenario.
Joe,
Is
you've
it
made,
3?
You've made that up.
It's 3x2, isn't it?
To 3x3.
I think it varies massively.
EasyJet was 3x3.
That's a very polite way of saying I'm wrong. By the way, thank you.
Well, no, I've been on planes that have 3 on one side and 2 on the other. I've been on planes that
Okay.
have 3 on one side and 3 on the other.
Oh, okay.
And I've been
The
on
plane
planes
I'm
that have
talking
2
about
and
is 3 and 3. I'm talking about an EasyJet.
Okay. So you
A
just want to be...
Right, I'm on the left.
Yeah.
We've established
Back
that.
to this. So, okay, let's say we're on the left-hand side of the plane. So being on the left would put you by the window.
Facing forward.
Correct.
Window.
So you're at the window. So now it's between you and me on... Would you be happy on the aisle?
Yes.
Okay.
I probably
Would you be happy by the window as well? Though?
I reckon we could come
Depending
to
on
a...
if we were asked to shuffle to the other side,
I
we
think...
wouldn't break formation and you'd just be on the
No,
on the
because
right.
I think my brain would be like, when I inevitably need that piss...
Oh, that's true. You would need.
I'd
you
have-
need to piss.
I'd have to,
every 16
yeah,
minutes.
I'd have to walk
Yeah.
over two
Now
two
here's
people,
the
yeah, so-
spanner in the works I'm going to put in because I'm going to be in the middle. I'm going to put both armrests up, and I'm
Oh,
going to lean.
no.
and I'm going to lean left onto your shoulder and fall asleep.
That's a problem.
Well, it's too late because I'm asleep now.
Oh. Can I get an upgrade?
That would probably be the best.
I've never had anyone fall asleep on me actually. On public
stranger.
transport. A stranger.
That would
Liz
be-
probably has done it.
What, done it to someone else?
No, to me.
Oh right.
Like
Oh yeah, but she's not a stranger.
I'm married to her.
You are indeed.
I know.
I think last
Yeah.
time we checked.
Yeah, I think so. That's fine, but I've never had a stranger fall asleep.
No,
on
I've
me.
never had a stranger fall asleep on me. I don't
No.
know how I'd feel about
I
that.
guess it's for smell.
It's probably because I've shoved them out of the way to get my armrest. To be honest.
Yeah, you've done a psychic battle
Yeah.
with them already. So
Yeah. So I mean, people I hope will be listening to this on public transport and be thinking about this as we're talking.
yeah, they'll look out
That's
for
my
you.
that's my hope.
Do you ever find that, like, because surely the way to end this war would be to put all the armrests up?
But then
And then
nobody
gets
has
anything.
any armrests.
Yeah, and I'm like, when I sit on my sofa at home,
You end up leaning on each other then. I've been leaning on his elbow.
Our
you'll be
humans,
leaning on
our
my
humans
elbow.
not like quite badly designed because if generally
Humans
like
are, yeah.
when I'm sitting,
I mean, you could have designed the bus around the humans, arguably.
yeah, but it's like, you know, no armrest. I'm like, oh, now I'm really uncomfortable. What
we
do I
don't
do?
have
What do I-
armrests now.
What do I do with my arms?
No, I'm
you
leaning.
know?
I'm leaning on the table at the moment.
Yeah, the audio has
Yeah.
noticed. Yeah, yeah.
I feel
That's
like
what that is.
I didn't notice the lack of armrests until you started talking extensively about armrests, and now I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm
I'm so
powerfully
lost
aware of
without
it,
them.
yeah.
Here's the funny thing, which has just popped into my head.
Oh, I can't wait.
At my previous work, I removed one of the armrests because it was getting in my way.
One of the
Yeah.
arms.
So the one on the left-hand side,
What a hypocrite!
I removed the armrest because I wanted easier access to the chair.
To your cup
Because I
of
like
tea.
to sit on my leg.
Oh yeah, I'm with you there.
Yeah.
Are you sitting on your leg now?
It's up. One of my legs is up on the chair.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about bringing one of my legs up as well. Yeah,
Oh, you should.
yeah.
You should.
I've made a project in the last week. This is kind of related.
Oh.
For the 36 years I've been on the planet, I've crossed my legs one way.
How do you mean?
Well, when you cross.
Yeah,
one
like
over.
does the left go over right or the right go over left?
Oh, good point. I don't know what I do.
Hold on. What do you mean?
Okay.
I don't do
well,
that.
yeah, you got to cross your legs.
Not like not like in school when you.
No,
cross your
not
legs.
kneeling,
I
but
hardly
like
ever sit
you're,
cross-legged.
you're sitting on
No,
a
I don't
chair.
very often.
It crushes my
We're gonna have to move
balls.
around
Yeah.
this.
I think I go right over left.
Yeah, I tried to
I
like
do
bring them
both.
up so they're not in the scissor.
I think
you know,
I feel
the
more
balls,
comfortable.
that is.
Oh yeah.
Left onto right. I feel like that's,
I'm wearing
Yeah,
quite
that's
tight
a bit-
yeah.
That's a bit more comfortable.
Yeah, left onto right is my default.
Yeah.
Also,
But
you're trying to switch it
I
up.
do both.
Yeah,
Left
because
onto right is fucked up, and I can't believe you do that.
Well-
That's so weird.
my left goes on my right, and that's great. It's super flexible. In the last year, I'm over it now, but I had quite a stiff leg on my right, and I'm getting better at it. Now all the pain's gone. But I'm like, when I go to cross my legs the other way, it's really painful. And I'm like, oh, I think I've got a tight tendon or something. So I'm going to make a big deal about trying to cross it the other way. And it's hard, and it's painful, but it's like...
But you're working on yourself.
Yeah,
and that's
I'm
what
gonna
matters.
stretch it out.
That's
So,
really cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I do both.
I don't
Well,
think
you're
I
very
really.
versatile, aren't you?
Well,
Yeah.
apart from when it comes to armrests. But yeah, I would warn against trying to battle me when it comes to that kind of thing, because I will subtly yet effectively usher you out of the way.
All this talk of us being in various positions on the plane has made me really want us to go on like a little show called Hate kind of holiday trip.
That'd be fun. Well, I was talking to someone at work. I have people at work I speak to.
Contacts.
Yeah, and they went to Venice.
I've been to Venice.
£30.
What?
£30 flight to Venice for the weekend.
What?
I'm not saying we should go to Venice.
I'm saying we should go to fucking Venice. Venice is wicked.
We could go to Venice.
That's egregious.
Yes.
£30?
That's obscene.
That's what they told me.
God, we could fact finding.
Yes.
Yeah.
Research.
For research purposes.
We could find new hates in a foreign land.
Or we can test this armrest theory.
We could take a podcast machine with us.
We could and record in Italian. No, record in Italy. I mean,
We should go to a coffee shop and Nick. Right.
yeah.
This is what we can do. We'll do the armrest thing on the flight.
Brilliant.
Record that.
record it
Nick's going to order a coffee
with a fuck ton of sugar and just see how judgy
in Venice,
people
and we'll
can
see
get.
how they react.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll order with the normal amount. If they don't react, next time I order a
Yeah.
coffee, I'll add more to it, and more to it, and more to it until I get a reaction.
You're going to say in a minute that you hate canals or something. And then that works.
and then mission complete.
Noted hater of waterways, John Locke. Yeah.
There you go.
What is your hate, John?
Well, I'm just before we forget.
Okay,
I like this idea.
I do like this.
Maybe
idea as
Venice is a bit dramatic. If mind you, if it's 30
No,
quid to go to Venice,
Venice is
yeah.
well. If
an
it's fucking
example.
30 quid, we should go.
Yeah.
We should fucking go.
Yeah.
What's the British non-union equivalent of Italy?
Norfolk Broads.
Yeah.
Chester had a canal.
I mean, Gloucester has canals.
yeah, Gloucester has
We can
canal.
go to Gloucester.
Yeah,
Go to
yeah,
Gloucester.
down the road.
So we're agreed.
So we're agreed.
Gloucester it is.
We have to get on a coach though.
We'll rent a boat from Gloucester.
Okay.
It's been done. I think I did it on my 18th birthday.
there we go.
I think.
Oh yeah.
What, a
Yeah.
narrow boat?
No,
No, it's like a party boat.
Oh, party
it's a
boat.
wide boat. son.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've got hate.
Oh, sure.
I hate comedian
Oh.
blurbs.
Oh yeah.
Oh, like, okay.
Okay.
Like a
Are we
bio.
talking high-profile comedians?
Well, no, my point is when you go on Netflix nowadays, there are a ton of comedian kind of
Stand-up
live shows.
shows.
Yeah, like very. It's a weird thing about like every country has its own comedians, or rather, should I say, popular comedians. It's like this
Top
spot.
tier.
Yeah, this spotlight is forever moving.
Yeah.
Because like people come, people go.
They do.
Every generation has it, and you get like this little pantheon of like very popular comedians who
Yeah.
are very big in the moment.
top
you know?
dogs.
You
Yeah.
go like, oh well, like
Jimmy Carr.
mid 2000s. Yeah, you go like, oh, Jimmy Carr, Bill Bailey.
Yeah.
You know,
Peter
Rob
Kay.
Rob Brydon, Peter Kay, like all these people. You go like, oh, I'm going to go see them. I'm going to see
Sure.
them. You know, that's just a funny person.
Yeah.
I know them.
Yeah.
Now, okay, I open up like Netflix nowadays.
Oh.
And there are a ton of comedian specials.
There are.
Now, back in the day, the idea may have been that like you'd have a tour, you know, they'd go like around the country, and then you get like a VHS tape, and it would just have a funny name.
Sell that at Christmas.
Yeah.
And the covers,
$13.99.
It could be like wet saxophone, starring like, Billy Chubbins.
and Peter Antwerp, you know, and the cover would always be them going like pulling a funny face
Yeah.
or something. Yeah, yeah,
Mischievous
exactly.
Me.
Yeah.
Mischievous Me would be one actually.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, you're getting the vibe. Yeah,
Yeah.
But now, the vibe of what a comedian live show is very Netflixy.
Sure.
It's very slick, and it's very kind of showbizy. I can't think of a better word of describing it. So, like, maybe these people are really funny.
Yes.
The problem is that I don't know them.
No.
Like, if you went on holiday to
Yeah. Well, I know what you
Saw
mean.
in Italian.
Yeah.
In Venice. Let's say we went to Venice. For
Yeah.
example.
Straight. Oh, we should do that.
yeah, it's like we
Top Venetian
te-
comedians.
yeah,
We
we
can test the comedian thing. Yeah.
yeah, Giorgio
Giorgio Canal.
Giorgio Canal.
It's a terrible stage name.
But the point is,
Bobby Canal.
Bobby
Bobby Canal.
Bobby Canal
Tells marginally racist joke.
But my point is like,
What's up with Venetian people? Am I right?
Yeah.
so you know, you go on holiday, you see a place, you see like Giorgio Canal. He's got like he's
got a show.
He's Venice's best-selling comedian.
Yeah.
He's doing a sold-out show.
Brilliant.
You know,
Good for him.
Never heard of him though.
at the submerged theatre. You know.
We're really hitting all the stereotypes, aren't we?
Yeah.
So the point is, there's always. What I'm saying is, there's already a bit of like cultural alienation where you're like, I don't know this
I don't know,
person.
yeah.
And like, I always found that like with a comedian, we're very wary of laughing until we know and trust that person.
Sure. Yeah. I don't know how we build that trust, but yes, I
Yeah,
agree. Yeah.
But like a new comedian comes on, maybe there's like a open mic night, and
Yeah.
there's always that slight wariness where I'm like, I'm scared to love. I don't want to
need
be.
to laugh at you
yeah.
yet.
But when they win you over,
Yeah.
and then so when you have like a known name, like in the UK, like a Bill Bailey or a
Michael
dark.
McIntyre. He's a big name. Though.
We
I
went
don't
to
know.
see him. He turned up in his supercar. He was doing like a warm-up show in Cheltenham. Yeah.
He turned up in a car, like
Yeah.
on stage.
No. Like
would've been
because
cool.
we were at the Everyman in Cheltenham, and because
pulled
obviously
up
the only
outside.
way you can park is through the front, and he turned like this souped-up, matte finished supercar, and everyone was out the front having a pint because it was the summer.
And he just rocks up in his car.
it was you could tell he was like fuck, like all these people, all the
Yeah.
plebs had seen him in his supercar.
This is going to be on the news.
yeah,
Oh,
that was
God.
that kind of thing.
Oh wow.
But like, yeah, okay, yeah, Michael McIntyre.
Sure, yeah.
Big name. So my point is, like, you see a comedian you don't know, particularly from another country, maybe, and you're like, it's like you feel like an alien. Like I don't know
Yeah.
I don't know who Bobby Canal is. I don't know why this is relevant.
It's good reason for that.
Venezia's third most successful amateur dramatic comedian.
But then, then you go onto Netflix, and there's a lot of like, can't really think of a better word other than like LA types.
Sure.
Oh, sure.
Like very polished, very slick, you know.
But
And
you've never heard of them.
and that's my failing for not having heard of them.
Well, it's
But-
kind of Netflix's failing for just dumping everything on the platform.
But they all look like they're produced by the same
Yeah.
production
I know what you
company.
mean, yeah.
They've got a very glossy kind of finish.
It kind of feels fake in a way because it's not like you're just playing some dodgy club and you're just like do your 15 minutes and don't get glassed, you know. It's like they come out on a big stage, they're wearing like really just fashionable clothes
Sure.
in a way that like the average person could never aspire to.
Nobody dresses like that in the real world.
And it would always be something called like they've always got very normal names. They're not like a Bobby Canal. It's like Frankie McGee or something like
Yeah.
that.
Oh, Frankie McGee, I love his stuff. He's so funny.
And then the thumbnail will be like them like leaning on a mic stand, going like,
Whoa.
yeah, like that.
with the other hand in the air. Like,
And it'll be like Frankie McGee, spiked.
Yeah.
You know,
yes.
yeah.
Oh, that's a great word.
And then
yeah.
you just get that blurb, and it's like, raising a kid, mortgages, Frankie McGee delivers his own skewed take on modern life.
His
you know.
irreverent take
Yes.
on life in the
Irreverent
2020s.
comes
Yes.
up way too much.
So this is my sorry, very long drawn out way of saying this is what I hate because it's always a insert word take on utterly conventional thing.
Yeah.
And they all just look like very boring people. I'm
This is the
sorry.
funny thing is that like you can't write a bio in any way at all that
No.
sums up the uniqueness. Say
No.
Bill Bailey, right? I really like Bill Bailey. I think he's very funny. He's got a very unique brand of comedy. How would you write a bio about him that fully conveys Bill Bailey? You probably can't do it. So instead, you have to resort to things like Bill Bailey, a hilarious musician who pokes fun at the weird, the absurd, and the strange. And it's like, yeah, he does, I guess, but that's all just words.
But that sounds very
What?
reductive.
Right.
Like
yeah,
you've kind
absolutely.
of,
Yeah.
Let me now, while we're talking,
Okay.
go on
Okay.
Netflix and I'll read you the blurb. I'll make sure it's comedians you know.
Okay, fine.
Oh, we have to guess
and
the
you have to
comedian.
try and guess the comedian.
Oh, this is good. This
Oh.
feels like a game.
A segment.
Right, one sec.
Well, while he's looking that up, I want to say also, I have a thing against good-looking comedians. Because
You can't be both
Yes.
funny and hot.
Yeah, I know.
Fuck off.
Because I've always felt that like humor comes generally from a point of being a bit of an outcast and being a little weird. And like I also feel like I got the vibe from a lot of like very popular comedians where I'm like, oh, you're the kid who was maybe picked on.
Yeah,
Or you're
yeah.
the kid who was a bit weird.
And as a result, you sort of plunged more energy and time into that weirdness, and it grew
Yes.
into something like a comedian's
So when I
skill.
see like a conventionally good-looking comedian, I'm just like,
How funny can you be?
and I'm like, oh, you're the guy who do like I don't know dick puppetry in the changing room after your team's just beaten like Pawsville High,
And to be fair to him, it was very funny. that dick
it's
puppetry,
incredible
but-
dick puppetry.
But still,
yeah.
I resent him.
I feel like it's jock humor, and I don't like that.
Good point.
Okay.
Here we go.
Here we go.
So, self-deprecating comic plows ahead through politics, porn, social media, and their own shortcomings. Yet they somehow keep it positive.
I'm going to go with James Acaster.
No, you're in the right ballpark.
Is this on Netflix?
This is all Netflix, yeah.
British.
These would all be comedians you've heard of.
Okay.
For the point stands, this is the kind of thing.
Oh.
Self-deprecating.
Oh fuck. can't
Oh,
remember his name.
yeah. What's his name? It's not Richardson, is it?
Again, you're in the right ballpark.
It's the Mock the Week ballpark, basically.
Yeah.
You're white hot.
Curly hair, big smile. No?
No.
What's that Irish? Is it the Irish fella?
No.
Fuck.
I'll tell you.
Tell us.
Okay.
The point stands Russell Howard.
Oh, right. Fine.
I didn't want to say
Yeah.
Russell Howard because I figured he wouldn't have made it onto Netflix.
Yeah.
But
That's true. Yeah, I thought he was almost too big for Netflix in a way, but yeah.
Yeah.
Russell Howard, fair enough. Yeah, good example.
Hits the stage with hilarious tales about happy couples, life in hotels, human stupidity, and their well-travelled father.
Yeah, see, this is.
father,
Whitehall,
right?
is it? Jack Whitehall.
Yeah, Jack
That,
Whitehall,
that
yeah.
last bit gave it away.
It did.
But still,
Yeah, that's too obvious.
But up until that point, could have been fucking
could have been anyone.
But you're right though. Like the blurb just kind of cheapens the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost like I'd rather they just didn't do a blurb. It's like, because let's be honest here, you're probably only going to watch a fucking comedian show if you know the comedian.
Yeah, you're not going to take a punt on a.
The point being that you're looking at these bios and you're not watching the shows for the exact reason because the bios kind of seem like wet and half-assed. So it's like you may as well just lean into the known name. Like people are going to watch, say, James Acaster's show because they know him and they know he's funny. I don't need to read his bio to know whether or not I'm going to find James Acaster funny. I really like James Acaster, by the way. I think he's very funny. But yeah, like
There's a lot like that.
yeah.
Is it?
It must be the same.
it's
It must be
cookie
like
cutter.
the same team /person who writes all of these.
Probably is.
It's probably
One
a
guy
department
in the
for it.
Netflix basement.
Well,
It's
yeah,
like, oh, we got another stand-up. Send
Oh.
it down to Tim in the basement.
because when you think about it, Netflix isn't going to employ like 1,000 different people just to write blurbs.
No.
Like, they've got to.
No, they'll
gotta have
probably
a
just
department
enter
for
it
that.
into the database
Yeah.
when the show gets added or something.
It's probably like two people in like a small room somewhere, and they just go, "Here's another batch of Netflix programs."
And they might not even watch it. Like they might just go, his witty, irreverent take on put in a word that's likely
Because
to
that's
be in the show.
probably accurate, isn't it? Yeah.
probably.
Yeah. It's like when a lot of when like low budget movies would make try and like sell it to, I don't know, distributors or something. Generally, they only watch like the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
They're not going to sit down and watch like a 2-hour movie.
No.
So they'll they pack all the good shit into the first 5 minutes because that's what they'll watch, and then the rest is dire.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you. It's garbage.
Thank you. I'm
Hot
glad.
garbage.
I'm glad I could convey this
Yes,
emotion.
you got there.
Well done,
for sure.
John.
Well, I think somebody better bring a love to the table.
I've got a love,
Nick's got a love.
and it comes in one pandy package.
Pandy package.
A pandy package.
It comes in one pandy package.
Pandy package.
I didn't mean to say that, but it does come in one handy package. Disneyland.
Oh,
they got to you too.
The magic is real.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it though?
You go there, and then there's magic, and it falls upon you.
Okay.
And I was like,
It's available for a very reasonable cost. Not that reasonable.
I was actually surprised. I thought it was going to be incredibly expensive.
Yeah.
It is quite expensive.
Yes.
But it's
Moderately
probably
expensive.
no more expensive than any other holiday, which
Okay.
are expensive things. Really.
Yeah.
You went to
I went to Paris.
Paris.
It would be a lot more expensive, I imagine, if you went to say
Yeah.
Florida or something. And I haven't been.
No, I'm,
You've got your hand
I'm
up.
raising a hand to ask
No,
a question.
please go. Yeah.
In the hierarchy of Disney.
That might be the
things-
first time anyone's ever risen their hand to ask a question on this show.
It might be.
Well, I didn't want to interrupt, and then I actually
Manners.
just ended up
Then you ended up
interrupting. So I'm sorry.
Well,
I don't have
I've
anything to
interrupted you now.
How does it work? Because you've got like, there's Disney Worlds and there's Disneyland.
Yeah,
like,
I'm
how
not.
does that work?
I'm not 100% sure. I think it's size.
Yeah.
So, from what I understand, Disneyland Paris is one of the smaller ones.
Yeah.
And
What other ones are there?
there's like 5 others.
There's Florida.
There's Florida. There's California.
California.
There's Shanghai.
And
Oh.
there's
Australia?
Is it Japan? There's one in
There's
Japan.
a Japan one.
And then there's another one.
And they're all very similar.
There was a Hong
presumably.
Kong.
Hong Kong. That's right. Hong Kong.
Yeah.
They're all quite similar.
Well, they sort of are and they aren't.
Yeah.
Like, for one thing is, they all have a different castle at the centre.
Do
of them.
they?
So all Disneylands have a castle.
See,
in the
I
middle.
would have assumed they were all the same.
No, so they have
Interesting.
different castles from different films. So
Oh.
Disneyland Paris has the Sleeping Beauty castle.
Oh,
Does it really?
Yeah, and then
Shit,
different
I didn't
ones
know
have
that.
See,
Cinderella
I
castles.
thought it was all the castle at the start of every Disney film.
No.
The one that pops up.
Oh,
thought
I
they
think
was
one
all-
of them has that
Yeah,
castle.
yeah, but I thought they were all modelled on that.
No,
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
Interesting.
Because the first one was in Florida.
I want to say, yeah.
And the really frustrating thing is that I don't know if that's called Disneyland.
I think
or-
that's Disney World.
That's Disney,
Disney World,
Disney
yeah.
World is Florida.
Yeah.
And then California.
Sure. Yes.
Surely they should call them all something different. If they've got different castles, surely they could call them all something different.
Yeah, well, the funny
Disney-
thing about
Disney
Disneyland
Realm.
Paris is it was called Euro Disney
Well,
at the beginning.
yes, yeah.
and then they hastily changed that.
Yeah. Disney Realm.
Disney they
Realm
could
was
have,
pretty
They
good,
could have Disney
yeah.
Realm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Disney.
Disney Territory.
Fine.
Yeah.
I've never been
The
to
former Republic of Disney.
Yeah. The Principality of Disney.
the annex of Disney. Yeah. I've never been to a Disney product.
I guess. Yeah.
I've never done one of these things. I'm what you might call a cynical asshole.
Sure. Yeah. No, I would call you
That's
that.
a technical term.
Would even my cold heart be melted by
It's a
Disney?
very, very good question.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm a tough sell.
you are a tough sell, and I think before going to Disneyland, I would have said John would hate this, but then I was melted to a degree I was not expecting, and that's saying a lot because I'm a very positive guy.
You're very positive, guys.
And
you know.
I like Disney quite. I wouldn't say I'm like a Disney fan, but I watch a lot of Disney stuff and I enjoy a lot of it. And I am probably very designed to enjoy a theme park because I like colourful worlds and I like the idea of getting lost in a kind of magical kind of environment. And this park is doing everything it can to do that. So I was expecting to like Disneyland. I was not expecting to love it. And the extent to which I was surprised, genuinely surprised by how the artistry of it, I think could go a little way. I'm not going to say you'd love it, but I'm going to say that you, genuinely, you, John, pointing at you now, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised a little bit by what you saw.
What about Chris Ray? Because he's kind of in the middle.
The thing with Chris Ray, right, and this is here he is. This
Here
is
he
Chris
is,
Ray,
yeah.
is that Chris Ray loves a Star Wars,
Oh,
and
yeah.
he loves a Marvel.
I do.
Mm.
I can't lie. John.
And the realization of both of those things are, of course, brilliant.
Yeah.
The Star Wars section, the Marvel section were both brilliant.
Yeah.
So I think that would win you over a lot.
I feel because my older sister has been to Galaxy's Edge, which is Florida.
Really? Yes,
That's
I believe
Florida.
so. Yeah.
I feel like I would probably get emotional
Really?
if I genuine, and it sounds very fanboyish, but it's true.
I've watched a video tour kind of thing of Galaxy's Edge, and I honestly think it's from a video, I think it's breathtaking.
Yeah.
Like what they've managed to achieve in terms of trying to create another world within our world, as it were. Like regardless of whether you give a shit about Star Wars or not, the theming is just fucking startling.
Yeah.
Like no one, and I watched a really interesting documentary on YouTube about how it is considered to be the peak of theming in all the theme parks around the world. Because the peak before that was the Harry Potter area of Islands of Adventure in Florida.
I didn't know the islands had gotten in on the Harry Potter shit.
So there's recently, apparently, in the last 10 or so years, there's a huge Harry Potter land.
Oh my
there.
god! Is it possible that replaced Marvel
Was
Island?
the Marvel Island.
Yeah.
It's possible
Marvel
it is,
Island.
because of course that would have gone to Disney.
Yeah.
So
I
I watched this
Warner
documentary was
Brothers,
really
isn't
cool because basically
Yes.
Warner Brothers.
Universal
No,
Studios
no. No,
Potter is Warner Brothers.
Potter is Warner Brothers, but Universal Studios
I
bought the
see.
theme park rights for
I
it.
understand.
Yeah. And it was considered at the time of building to be the benchmark of how good a theme park could be. Because they built everything. They built Diagon Alley, they built Hogsmeade, they built their platform 9 3/4.
Yeah.
The level to which they themed it all, and also themed all of the products so that they look like they're being sold in these shops and they don't have brands on them. J.K. Rowling apparently had a huge say. She was like, Coke will not be sold in Harry Potter land.
Right.
Instead, it will be Butterbeer and it will be branded as such, which apparently was very difficult to do.
Butterbeer
because,
tastes like garbage.
because of course they get all their money from sponsorships and shit.
Yeah.
So Galaxy's Edge gets around this really cleverly because Galaxy's Edge sells Coke, but the label is in that Star Wars
Oh,
script.
I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, which is very smart.
Oh, it's Arabesh.
That's it.
Did
Yeah.
what?
That's the alphabet.
All the text you see in Star Wars is in that unique alphabet. And Coca-Cola, Sprite,
That's
7up,
right. I know Star Wars.
I
shit.
believe you. Yeah, I believe you.
it's got its own alphanumeric language.
Here's the thing. I went to the Harry Potter thing in
The
studio
experience.
tour in
Yeah.
Watford. Fuck me, that was good.
This
I
is
think
the
I
thing,
feel like I've
'cause I
brought this up
remember-
before.
No, I remember you saying that, and you were like, you nearly cried at the model of
I did.
of Hogwarts.
I did.
But the reason I think you're getting overwhelmed, right, is because you're seeing something of such a scale of artistry
Yeah.
that it's kind of blowing your mind.
Yeah.
Right? I can't believe this thing was made by people
Yeah.
and I get to essentially experience it. It sounds funny that you cried at Hogwarts, but the truth is that I can kind of understand that now that I've been to Disneyland. I kind of get it.
The funny thing about that as well is I don't give a shit. about
I know that.
Harry Potter either.
No, this is the thing.
And yet I was like, it's the. I think I brought it up on this show. I was like,
Yeah,
it's the craftsmanship, and it's that. It is that.
I don't give a shit about Peter Pan, right?
Yeah.
I think I've watched the animated Peter Pan once in my life when I was a child.
He's
Don't give
a
a fuck.
fucking arsehole, isn't he, Peter Pan?
He thinks he can do it all.
Oh, I'm forever young. Fuck off.
I can just
mate.
fly because I believe. Yeah, sure, whatever. But I got on the Peter Pan ride and I flew over a miniaturized London where I could see the little cars in the streets with
Yeah.
little headlights on. The clouds moved aside as my floating galleon like swept through the
Is
skies
that a
above
video
London.
then, or is that?
No, it's
Models.
miniatures.
That's
It's
good, isn't it?
fucking wild. And I was like, I'm transported to the world of Peter Pan. I
Yeah.
suddenly care about Peter Pan to a
good.
level to which
Yeah.
I didn't think possible.
Yeah.
This is what I mean.
good, isn't
I
it?
didn't think this could happen. I didn't think I could give a fuck about Peter Pan.
Yeah. They
But
got
I
you.
did. But they got me.
They got you. They got him.
You know in that ad when that little girl, she's like, I've heard it's just magical.
Yeah.
It's magical.
That's you. You're the little girl.
It's fucking magical, and I'm the little girl now.
I would go in seconds. Wouldn't I?
I would,
Let's be honest.
yeah.
I would be gone in seconds.
I have a horrible feeling that Mickey and Goofy and Stitch would press gang me into the Disney tunnels.
They would.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because I'd be the one guy frowning. Because
Yes. No, they'd seek out the frowns.
Yeah.
They would get
Yeah.
rid of those. They would squirrel them away.
yeah.
because they have those tunnels. That
The access tunnels.
yeah, this sounds like a joke, but they have those tunnels where like all the mascots.
access.
Yeah, there's like where the mascots need to escape because
Yeah.
when
They need to piss.
when Mickey needs a shit,
Yeah.
like nobody wants to see Mickey drop trowel,
No.
and reveal a
You don't
human
wanna-
ass.
You don't want to walk into the themed toilet.
That's
in-
the worst bit if you've got a human ass. They need to create a suit that if Mickey does need to take a wicked two, that like
a startling dude.
a startling to it like somehow there's a funnel in there in the suit that like he undoes the bum flap thing and it's a Mickey's ass.
Yeah, there's
You
two
don't want-
felt
It's a
bugs.
human shit
no,
because you can't dress that up.
The level of artistry, right, in Disneyland, they would create a Mickey ass inside
Yeah.
his costume for
Yeah.
him to shit out of.
Yeah,
They
so,
would
it
do
goes,
that.
so
Yeah.
the human shits into like the pulley system,
Yeah, into the gears. And
but then
cogs.
Mickey's ass like
Processes it.
and it comes out.
Wicked Duke.
Yeah,
The most magical place on earth.
I went into the toilet.
that's just good housekeeping, isn't it?
I went into a lot of toilets in Disneyland because
Oh, sure.
I needed a toilet a few
Yeah.
times.
All those sugars.
and all that food. And I went into the Agrabah toilet in the sort of Aladdin
Oh.
area, and even the toilet is like I'm like
That feels too much.
the
That-
Agrabah toilet.
What you just said felt like too much.
As that tipped you over, you
Yeah.
were really up for it.
I was
until-
really up for it until he just said
I know.
Agrabah toilet, and now
I'm sorry. Please tell your anecdote about the Agrabah toilet.
all I was going to say is, what if I had stepped in and
Yeah.
gone to the urinal, and there's Mickey, trousers around his ankles,
Yeah.
human dick in hand.
In his big white gloves.
Yeah, holding his dick, but he's like having to hold it kind of like
Yeah.
from really afar, like with chopsticks. Almost.
Sure, yeah.
Just holding onto this little shriveled penis because
Yeah.
he's been in this hot suit all day,
Yeah.
and this hot syrupy stream is coming out.
Yeah, oh, it
and I'm
will,
like,
yeah.
oh, dude.
Especially in the Agrabah toilet.
And then there's just a little kid there just watching, like,
Yeah.
But honestly,
especially
like,
in the Agrabah toilet.
I'm just picturing like the business trip we go on to Disneyland, and like you two are just caught up in the majesty of it. I'm like, butter my arse, I need a shit. And I go to the Agrabah toilet, and there's a man going like, oh, Arabian Nights.
You have 3 wishes,
And I'm
John.
like, please
Just want
don't.
to shit in peace. No.
Oh my god! I'm like forcing him out the cubicle. I just want some privacy, and I shut the door, and then like I don't know, it's just Robin Williams
Yeah.
like projected onto the inside of the screen. Oh, I just want to shit.
I believe it's magical though. I believe I would have a wonderful time.
You would. It's remarkable.
And some say there's a little pixie dust in the air. Yeah.
Yeah. They're pumping the gas in.
Yeah.
Maybe that was it, actually.
Yeah, it might be.
Can't argue with that.
I feel like if you could get into the Disney tunnels,
I'd
that's like fast
love-
travel because
Oh,
they'd
yeah.
have little trolleys, little like buggies you could ride along. Yeah.
I'd love to get into the fucking behind the scenes.
Is there any content that shows behind the scenes on YouTube?
Oh,
There must be,
I would
surely.
strongly recommend watching Defunct Land.
it's a series on YouTube.
What? Why? What?
It's about theme parks.
Okay.
And then it very quickly pivoted into being all about Michael Eisner,
Oh,
the
yeah.
former CEO of
Bring
Disneyland.
money.
It's very entertaining.
But a lot of it's
yeah.
about like old and dead, defunct theme parks, and
Yes.
like sort of why they failed and
Right.
what they look like now, and they're
Okay.
all kind of like overgrown and stuff. It's kind
Okay.
of fascinating.
That does sound interesting.
Oh, and the episode on Euro Disney, later
why they changed
renamed
it.
Disneyland Paris is very funny.
Okay.
It's very funny because of how badly the Disney Corporation fucked up at every conceivable stage. Like,
I kind of want to watch that one.
It's very funny.
Okay.
What's
Noted.
funny about it is that despite the fact that it was a fuck up and they hastily rebranded it,
Yeah.
I was there for the 30th anniversary of Disneyland Paris, and all the merch said Euro Disney.
Oh.
So it's almost like they were like, here's
a
we did a
reference.
fuck up, but here's a reference to the past. We fucked
Yeah.
up real bad.
There's amazing footage of like, because from the American perspective, they were like, Euro. It's exotic.
It sounds foreign.
Euro.
Fantastical.
It'll be Euro Disney.
Yeah.
Or, you know, to America, this is exotic and cultured
Sure.
and wonderful. And to the French, they were like, Euro is currency.
Yeah.
You basically just called this like money land.
Money land.
Yeah.
Moneyland.
It did not go down well.
No.
And then Michael Eisner was like, "Rest assured, we're doing this in full respect of French culture. We're not going to just be slapping a beret on Mickey."
That's exactly what they did.
Instantly cuts to
Yeah.
footage of Mickey with a beret.
I
Yeah.
can picture that. I
Yeah.
can picture the outfit.
There's such incredible like awkward footage of like Michael Eisner coming on stage, and he goes like, "Bonjour." Oh my god. Je déclare Euro Disney. Ouvre.
J'aimerais tout l'argent. I want all your money.
Oh dear.
Oh, it's delightful.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
It's magical.
My love is having everything within arm's reach.
Like an armrest.
Kinda. So we're having built.
Pretty
I've mentioned
Yeah,
the
army
upcoming
tonight.
building works for a few episodes.
indeed.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
I see where this
it's,
is going.
it's underway.
It's happening.
It's happening.
Your
So-
house has been ripped to pieces.
pretty much.
Yeah.
The conservatory is now a pile of rubble,
Nice.
which is cool. So everything's been moved into the lounge. So now from the sofa, I can reach the fridge, the kettle,
Amazing.
and I don't have to get up. I just.
You can reach the kettle.
I
from
like.
sitting
I
down.
don't even move anything apart from my neck. I turn my neck and I go, "Would you like a cup of tea, dear?" And I turn my neck back around, and I've stretched my arm out, and I just go,
click.
"There you go, done. Job done."
Incredible.
Oh, it's great.
Why don't we live like this?
Why- should.
You
Yeah.
should go back.
Yeah.
No.
When you've built all these like extra wings and like
Yeah.
extra houses onto
Oh, it's
going to
be wasted space.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna be empty.
It's gonna be an empty
Everything
room.
in the lounge around your seat.
This is the only life I know anymore.
It'll have been like that for weeks.
But yeah, I can just flick the fridge open.
Fuck.
Get the milk. Oh,
beer
it's
out.
great. Don't have to do anything.
Good lord.
Because, and I cannot stress this enough, I struggle to stand up without making a really loud noise.
Yeah, both your bones making a noise and your mouth making
All
a
of
noise.
it.
Yeah.
All of it happens. Yeah.
true.
So it's a real treat at the moment. I'm sure the novelty will wear off soon, but it's great
Well,
for now.
I think you'll get used to it.
There was
You'll want
when Lucy and I moved into our previous place. of
I remember
residence, Yeah, which we shared with Nick and Ali.
Indeed.
There was a brief time upon moving in where we didn't have a working kitchen, so we just had a microwave on the floor of the first floor landing.
What a delight.
It kind of was,
Yeah.
weirdly, yeah.
No, we're going to end up like that because our oven is still operational,
For now.
like the Death Star.
Yeah.
But soon it won't be, and they're gonna. John's smiling at that joke.
I got that
John liked
reference.
that joke.
I got that
Yeah,
reference.
it's a Star Wars joke.
I'm just delighted. I just enjoy seeing, this excitement in your eyes.
Yeah,
you know.
about
go.
being able to flick the kettle on
Yeah.
without moving. So the oven will be gone, but then we'll have the microwave. So I'll just microwave stuff,
What a world.
and I'll put it next to the kettle.
Oh, you should.
Yeah.
You have to move.
So, can you still get into your kitchen to wash up your shit?
Yes. So we've got
Yeah.
half a kitchen at the moment.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, less than half of what was previously there.
And what separates
yeah.
that from the elements? Is there a wall or
There's-
is there
yeah.
like plastic?
Well, that's a good question. There's a bit of wood,
A big bit of wood
which they've sort of
adhered.
foamed onto the wall or whatever.
Oh.
It's quite well done.
Oh, okay.
They've done a good
So
job
it would
with
take the rain. For example.
Oh, sure. Yeah,
Sure.
It has so far.
Good.
Maybe not now. Maybe not since I left the house.
no.
Yeah, but it all
Fire.
seems good. But yeah, that's been a real treat.
Nice.
I think I'll get fed up with it soon, but for now,
So, in terms of the destruction that's being wrought upon your
Yes.
house, you're like a couple of weeks in now.
just under 2 weeks.
Just under 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So,
Although not much has happened this week because we've been trying to work out the best way to proceed with the foundations, and today
I see.
we've sorted that out. So that's good.
That's
So
good
your
news.
house isn't going to fall down.
No,
The new parts of the house.
the new
right?
parts of the house. So they've got to
Ah.
build around the current foundations rather than ripping them out and starting again.
I see.
Which overall is positive.
Sure.
So good for us.
So you as a homeowner,
Thank you.
who occasionally works from home.
Yes.
So you
I work from home 60% of the time.
so you're interacting with the builders on a semi-regular basis.
Are you making them tea?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when the
Do they have sugar?
They will have 2 sugars. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
fit right in.
I see.
Yeah.
How much
one
do
of
you
them
judge
one of
them?
them has 2 sugars. The kid, there's 2 fellas and a lad.
2 fellas and a lad.
2 fellas and a lad. I think that's the name of the company.
That'd be an amazing name for a company.
One of them has just tea like I have
Baseline
it.
tea.
Normal tea. Normal, inverted commas.
Whatever.
One has 2 sugars.
Good lad.
And the lad just drinks squash.
hot
So I
squash?
just, no,
In
just
a sippy cup?
just squash.
But isn't this weird?
Can I have a squash,
Can I have a
please?
squash, mate?
I quite like him.
Yeah.
Whenever he asks me, I'm just like, oh, bless
Oh,
you.
bless you, little
But
cunt.
here's the thing: we've got a boy, we've got a lad,
Yeah.
who's drinking squash,
Sure.
which is like mostly sugar.
Yeah,
And
probably.
yeah.
We're judging him less than the dude
But
who's
you need,
having
you,
2
I,
sugars.
I would argue you need quite a lot of sustenance for that job.
And there's fruit in that.
They've knocked down
Well-
half my house.
Fruit flavouring.
Yeah.
God love them. I couldn't have done
You'll
that.
give them as much sugar as they want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do they do? What do they do for the shitting and the pissing?
Yeah, the pissing.
They're using our downstairs toilet.
Oh,
at the moment.
filling
yeah.
that up.
Have they
They've not made a smell. yet.
ruined that?
I mean, to be honest,
Yeah.
they only work 8 till 2.
They're only eating squash.
I mean,
and,
if you
like,
can't
tea.
hold off having a shit for 6 hours, then there's something wrong with you.
Well, yeah.
I mean, yeah, but I can't. Yeah, but I live there, so I'm alright.
You can do what you want.
Yeah.
Morning, Mr. Ray. Mr. Ray. Oh, God, man.
You're really nailing the stereotype.
Oh, it's,
Ooh, really turtleheading this morning.
yeah,
Yeah.
5p, 50p. Yeah.
I mean, if they really needed to shit, I would allow.
You'd
it.
allow it, but you have locked the door for now.
The alternative, obviously, is a portaloo. I don't want the portaloo.
No,
poorly.
You don't want a shit cabin in your
I
back
don't want
door.
that on my driveway.
Well, I want to bring your mind back to when we had our roof done, and the roofer's 8-year-old child said, "Can I use your toilet?"
Yeah,
And nearly destroyed your house.
Ruined it.
Yeah.
Like my God,
but I would like to think that grown
like a shotgun
ass
blast.
men, rather than 8-year-old kids, would think, "Oh, I've made a Jackson Pollock in there."
Yeah, even before you eject it, you're like, I've been baking this.
Yeah, this is going to be
gonna
problematic.
be a
if I don't do anything
doozy.
afterwards, this is going to be problematic.
This is going to be a startling Duke.
Whereas an 8-year-old kid would probably just think, "Oh my goodness, I've irreparably damaged Mr. Locke's toilet. I need to get out of here."
And he did. He sprinted down the stairs and fucked off into the night.
yeah, they fucked off with our money as well. But like the shit they did, the
Yeah.
shit that boy did to our toilet.
I
was
bet he panicked though. That boy.
And he's like, this is big and it smells.
I don't want to take sides, John, but I'd probably siding with the boy.
Siding with the
can't
shit, me.
even imagine what he'd been eating to have done that.
No, well that's another
Yeah.
issue, isn't it? Hot dogs.
What do they call you, the builders?
Chris.
Oh, it's not Mr. Ray.
Mr. Chris?
No, I'd think I'd feel uncomfortable with that.
Yeah, I think that'd be a bit weird. Yeah.
I mean, they definitely earn more than I do, so it feels a bit weird.
My point.
I know what I'm paying them, so
My
yeah.
point is like when these competent men are pointing at the foundations for your house.
Sure. Well, I wasn't there today. This happened today, and I was at work.
Oh, okay. So they're not asking for your opinion. or
Oh, no.
running
Good
anything by
lord,
you.
they don't want
No,
my
They just
opinion.
tell you basically.
Oh, that's
Your
what
foundation's
I'm
shit.
not paying them to ask me for my opinion on something I know nothing about.
No.
I turn up to this podcast to do that.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying this because I have respect for these people.
Yeah.
I'm
And
not
not
mocking
for
you.
Not for me.
My
yeah.
point is, I'm just trying to imagine you standing next to a blatant hole where your conservatory used to be.
Yeah.
While they're describing foundations to you.
Yeah. Oh.
And I'm just seeing you nod and kind of smile.
Well, as it happens,
and-
Liz sent me a crude diagram
Oh.
Yeah.
of that. No, not yet. Of the building, and a voice note to explain. And I just went, "That's fine."
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah.
Which seems like the best way to do things for now.
Yeah, it seems like Liz understands it better than you do, so.
Oh, I'd say so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I mean, I've seen you apply cement to the side of your house. So
Yeah, you have actually.
Yeah.
That was
Using
when we tried to suffocate the rats.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, no, yeah, I do remember.
Remember,
this.
well,
Yeah.
it turns out there were no rats, mercifully. Well, not anymore.
No.
No,
yeah.
suffocated.
I mean, conventional wisdom would say don't use your bare hands to apply concrete to the
You've got
side of
bare
the
hands.
house. But
Yeah.
Chris Ray did
Pair
it.
of bare
Yeah.
hands.
Oh, there you go.
We did it all right.
you've got- if you've got
It's
bare
still there.
Didn't damage your hands.
That's one bit of the house that hasn't been knocked down, actually. So that will remain. Let's
Yeah,
say.
that'll be your legacy.
That's your legacy,
Yeah.
isn't it? That's like
in
the
about
keystone.
80 years.
Your fingerprints are in the side of your house.
Yeah, it's fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's fun.
I forget. Are those still going to be external? That's not going to become like
mean?
internal Like,
that's external.
Yeah, your extension ain't gonna.
No,
wrap
I
that
mean, we're
up.
talking about things now that are irrelevant to the audience because they've not seen my house. But
Well, it's barely relevant to me, but I'm just, I try to take an interest.
no,
Yeah.
so the decking, which was falling apart, and I could probably have broken my leg on at any point, is becoming a patio. So that's all still outside.
Good.
I'll put some photos. I won't put some photos on the group. I'll forget.
We'll promise to.
I'll
Just promise.
say now. Oh, I'll put some photos on the group. I'll forget. Yeah,
If you do put a photo on the group, make sure you just
I'll forget.
highlight.
What did I just say?
If you do, please make sure you highlight all the doors and windows and where you keep your valuables.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're weak points.
I'll say the ones I leave unlocked at night as well.
Yeah, great.
That'd
Cool.
be good.
There are definitely some.
Yeah. Oh, more than you'd think. More than 50%. Yeah.
I've got a love.
Oh, go on.
Take us home.
I love hearing business people say business words unironically.
Oh yeah.
That is my love.
Go on.
So we
Business.
So midweek when I'm trying to be creative for my job, I am currently going to a shared office working space
Oh, yeah.
in town. Not every day,
Not every day.
just sporadically when I need a bit of space.
Sure.
And I find myself surrounded by business people.
Business.
And,
Business bros.
and it's not just
Business.
business, it's business.
Business.
Big business.
Capital B.
Yeah.
I have heard people use the word equity repeatedly and without irony.
Brilliant.
I have heard people say, unironically, we're fast movers. We move fast.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's shit.
our thing. Yeah.
Fast movers.
So one of the offices.
And shakers.
So I have no idea what half of these companies are.
No.
And
I
I've
don't
been
think it matters.
Well, I've been eavesdropping on them for a few weeks now, and I still have no idea.
No.
Like I'm clueless, basically.
Yeah.
I think there are some companies which are like generico, like wealth management companies, and then we're like, okay, well, that just sounds kind of sinister. I don't really know what that is, but like I've noticed there's a lot of like very posh sounding people,
Right.
Right.
and there's a lot of talk about money
Yeah.
and a lot of talk about business.
Oh yeah.
And
Business.
there's this one downstairs office
Oh yeah.
where everyone seems perpetually hungover, and sometimes
Most
think,
business people must be like out on the piss like during the week
Yeah.
quite a lot, doing deals.
well,
Doing business.
Well, there's just me, dickhead.
Yeah.
With like a laptop doing a bit of work,
Sure.
and occasionally getting a coffee from a cafe. So I feel,
So is it just like a big communal area?
yeah, like
Right.
some people have
And
like
you just walk in there.
There's a communal
Yeah.
part of it, and then
Yeah.
there's parts of it which are offices for businesses.
Yeah.
But do you pay for this?
Yes.
we pay a little bit for
Okay.
it. Yeah, you could advance and go like, oh, we want like a room,
Of a
or we
premises,
want like a
essentially.
floor.
Sure.
I swear I witnessed an executive flower arranging event.
Brilliant.
Day.
Yeah. So I'm at the
We're
point,
fast movers.
Yeah,
In a
in
flower
flowers.
arranging business.
but I'm at the point where I
We're
don't
petal peddlers.
know the names of the
Petalers.
people who are running the cafe, but we do know each other by
Yeah. Oh, it's him again.
face.
By
Yeah,
your
they,
order.
they know what I order. We
Yeah.
have a little chat.
Hombre Sucre.
Ah, la homme de sucre.
Oh, l'homme de sucre.
Ah, wait, no.
No.
Me. Non le sucre.
Oh, yeah.
No pas de sucre.
No, oh, look at him. He's
Yeah.
pretty good at this.
Yeah.
So and I've been there ordering a drink when a bunch of business bros
Oh, yeah.
have come by and complained
Oh, sure.
because
fuck's
the
sake.
coffee jug they'd ordered for their meeting was just filter coffee and not Americano.
Fucking.
Where the fuck do you think you are, mate?
Yeah.
Yeah, real dickhead energy,
Yeah.
big dickhead energy. And there's a lot of that. There's a lot of picture a guy kind of like in his 40s wearing a shirt not tucked in,
Open collar.
open, maybe 2 buttons.
Oh,
Yeah. Bit of hair
Yeah,
showing,
sure.
Yeah.
looks hungover as fuck.
Yeah.
But he's here to do business.
Yeah.
We
He used to
work
impress
hard.
his clients.
We work
Which is
hard.
why he's taken them to a rented communal area.
We work hard. we play hard.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
we've ordered 2 jugs of coffee, but the good stuff.
But
love.
the least we expect.
None of this shit, you know.
Yeah.
So I've shared like a commiserative
Sure.
eyeball with the person. Yeah. Oh,
Yikes.
what's that about? Yeah.
What's that all
chungus.
about?
And I've noticed, like, I've also been leaving one day, and the staff who actually run the place have been wheeling, like on a kind of like industrial trolley with crates of Magners and Stella.
It's a shit ton of booze.
Yeah, just wheeling it into that meeting room. So I do not know what the fuck.
Oh,
in
yeah.
the meeting
Yes,
room.
I
Oh
do not
my
know what the
God.
fuck. I assume they're having
Party
some,
time
Yeah, I
after
assume
5
it's some kind of
o'clock.
like mixer.
Yeah.
Like after
Post
it.
like we clocked off at
Yeah.
8:30 at
Oh.
night.
Yeah,
You know,
we're-
a hard day of business.
We're up 4%, boys. Let's
Yeah.
fucking do
let's,
it.
Let's,
yeah.
let's get
then
wasted
they-
and then go again tomorrow.
Fucking go hard
Yeah.
for like 12 hours.
There's
Yeah.
some
and then they
real
go back in the office.
big dick business energy going
Ugh.
around, and it's kind of insufferable, to be honest.
And we're going there tomorrow.
Woo! Woo! It's gonna be
Do some
great.
deals.
Yeah.
Let's do some business deals.
Yeah.
So I feel, I kind of hate it, but I also love it because I'm kind of like,
You enjoy listening to the patter.
Yeah.
I enjoy listening to people say things with absolutely no self-awareness.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of
Full sincerity.
It's kind of fantastic.
It is kind of hilarious.
Yeah. And also because I've been listening in. Like,
you got it.
I'm just like spying on all these people, and like I have no idea what their businesses are.
No,
I have no
I
idea
don't
You
what
think
this
it
can't,
is.
matters.
you
Yeah.
can't learn it from what they're
I
saying.
don't
No.
think their clients do.
No.
No, it's impossible.
It's like,
absolutely
this guy's
impossible.
good at business.
Yeah.
So I'm
We
gonna-
provide innovative breakdown solutions.
Yeah.
It's like, what's that?
We'll streamline and quantify and expand your business.
Yes. How will you do that? Through blue sky thinking,
Yeah.
synergistic
And-
modems,
A new data-driven approach.
and a new data-driven approach.
Oh,
There you go.
a data-driven
that's good.
approach.
I love a
That
data-driven
is
approach.
Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't mean anything.
I had a significant data-driven approach earlier.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was quite
So that
changing.
kid did in your toilet.
Yeah, couldn't feel my toenails afterwards.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's my love. It's a little brief one.
It's
but
good. I
yeah.
like
good,
it.
wonderful.
I like it.
Yeah. So, gentlemen, we're all in a room together.
Here we all are.
Oh, yes.
We finally get to have a meaningful vote. What won? Love or hate?
Well, we got quite a lot out of the coffee.
I mean, fuck me.
We got a lot of joy
yeah.
from the hates tonight, I think.
The only downside of this episode, which has been a lot of fun, is we came so hard with the
On the soup.
Homme de soup
Yeah.
that like it just eclipsed everything else.
Oh,
I mean,
sure.
that was
we went too
We
big
opened
too early.
too hard.
it was delightful.
It was a dream.
I mean, for
it
that
was a
reason
dream.
alone, I think I've got to say hate.
Yeah,
I've got to say
I
hate
think
as
so.
well.
Yeah,
I think it's got to be.
Look at
Well, that
that,
was easy.
unanimous.
that was easy.
What a great way to
very
kick things
easy.
off.
Yeah,
Kick season 3 off. That's what this
Yeah,
is. I've
season
decided.
3.
Season
Yeah.
3.
What number episode is this?
119, a good round
Yeah,
number.
that's season
Start
3
season
opener.
3. Yeah, everyone says that.
Welcome to season 3.
Every program I've ever watched, season 3 it starts on 119.
Episode 119.
Yeah, standard.